There's an epidemic affecting thousands of young Canadians, a condition scientists are calling the munchies. I'm World Wrestling Federation superstar Chris Jericho, and I've joined forces with Taco Bell to fight this hunger. You can join our tag team. By making a donation of only $3.99, you'll receive 3 Taco Supremes and a drink. Act now, and together we can help young people like Todd pummel the munchies. Why not buy this official WWF poster only at Taco Bell?
Okay.
It's ultimately not my decision. It's his decision because it's his story. And I'm there to help elevate the story that he's telling.
To do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
You boys a bit bored? Snap into it! Snap into a Slim Jim! Tear to the spice! Maybe just a taste! Hey, nice! Antique! Snap into it! Need a little excitement? Snap into a Slim Jim!
Can you give me a beat? Subliminal, lyrical, rap megastar, cynical. Here's Johnny Cornette Lamar, Jungle Jack, son of a TV star. Who the fuck do you think you are? I'm hearing those jungle drums. Used to hang around with chimpanzees. What is his gimmick? He's a homeless bum, poo flinging, swinging in the trees. He's gonna sit in one of those little kids' seats. Jungle Jack wanted to use broken glass, real glass. The medical staff said, we don't think you ought to do that. This is where this fucking clown's head's at. Lil Jack got his panties in a bunch, so it was brought to CM Punk. He said, we don't do that on Saturday night. They're going to Wembley. He grabbed him by the goozle pipe. Real glass. You, dick lick. He did not punch a person. He choked one little nitwit. Curly-headed, entitled little prick. What you think he was gonna do, dipshit? Ride me a river. Mine for wrestling of a slug in a sewer. You're not a TV star. You're tired. What the fuck? He looks like a minor. Jungle Boy sucks. 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 Don't run your fucking yap. Don't fuck around and find out. Jungle Jack, what, you gonna do something about it? Yeah, apparently. Oh my God, he grabbed me. Tony ended up firing his biggest star. Punk should send Jack off a Christmas card. Look in my eyes, what do you see? CM Punk to the WWE. What's Jack Perry gonna fucking do? Tony, fire the fucking little goof. Arrogant knob, indie nitwit. Here's your contract, Jack. Rip. Tony went, he made me mad. Send him another check, but don't let him come back. Jungle Boy sounds fake and like a dork. Runs and hides because he doesn't like to talk. Homeless Jack living in a box under an overpass on cocaine, shot into space. Jack is slapping himself in the face. He's ready to get butt fucked by Sonato, the Cucamonga Kids, Mr. Okada, and the independent legal team. They get through a bucket of Vaseline. Hey, scapegoat, nanny goat, Billy goat, Rick. Hey, sweet chin music, you're a fucking kid. Hey, he caused the thing with CM Punk, which he did. Hey, this place is a joke, you're a clown, and I quit. Hey, he's got very feminine hips. Hey, he might look good in a bikini, bitch. Hey, Jesus, I'd want to snatch him around the neck. Hey, bland, boring, mumble mouth dreck. Hey. Jungle Boy sucks. 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 Look at all this shit that he directly caused. Punk doesn't have to put up with these children anymore. Hey, scared for his life. Hey, scared for his life. Punk can still be on our show. The incident at Wembley. Oh no. Hey, scared for his life. Hey, scared for his life. Yo, VW. Yo, VW. Step this way. Step that way. Step this way. step that way.
Jungle Boy is a bell end.
Ooh, what's happening, folks? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show. I am your host, the infallible Phil Marks. Yeah. And we're here to Netflix and Phil tonight as Raw is on in 16 minutes and 30 seconds. This is great. How are you all doing? Thank you all for tuning in. It's a Monday night wherever you're at. It's rainy where I'm at. But either way, we're here to deliver a brilliant show. We have some good stuff. We're going to, typically on Mondays, we like to just focus on WWE a little bit. We'll jump around. Well, I have an update, and it's not in the title of the video, but I have an update on the AEW being pulled on like Collision. What happened with the 30 minutes? Okay, I have updates with all of that. So we are going to talk about and look into all of that. And we also have Raw on the docket. And tonight we have at some point Dave Meltzer getting completely obliterated and owned by Bryan Alvarez and melting down. And I love it. So we're going to have a Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. And we're going to get into some Raw news before the show starts. And we will do an AEW update at some point throughout the show. How are you all doing? Round of applause for the PWT universe for being here. So I want to shout out the PWT universe. We are climbing. We're at like 6.6 or 6.7K subs or something like that. So let's run that up. Get it up to 7K on the channel. We'll crush that out. And yeah, thank you so much. We're at like 1,990 some subs. I think that's the number over on the prowrestletimes channel as well. If you guys aren't enjoying Raw tonight on Netflix, so before Raw goes on the air, you can click on it and it's like this program's live, and then there's just like a timer where it's like, it counts down and they play this dope music and they show clips of like WWE crowds and people who are on Raw and stuff, and they inserted a Kairi Sane with Io Sky graphic of them like standing together doing their thing. Now it may have been in there before, but I don't think so. I think they just added that one back. We know that Kairi Sane's coming back tonight, which we're about to get to. So I put a poll in the chat. So if you're on X, make sure you come on over to youtube.com/@prowrestletimes and at Wrestle Clips. And make sure you vote on the poll in the chat. Do you think Damage Control will split up tonight? Yes or no? Because Kairi's come back. Dakota got released. Asuka's not around yet. Do we see Kairi just attack Io and go, no, I'm coming for the belt next, or I'm right up here with you, or something like that? That could totally happen. And yeah. Keep your stick on the ice, Oilers. I'm seeing in chat. I'm about to check in with chat. Yeah, Oilers doing the damn thing. I think Wednesday's the first game of the series with Dallas. So, but we have Raw here. And yeah, I guess that's all I got to plug, guys. Check out my Patreon, and just stay subscribed. Tell a friend. Get some people to follow me on X or whatever. Retweet my shit. Whatever you got to do to support. I appreciate you all so much. Phildo's in the chat. Yes, Phil Marks Phildo's, of course. You dubbed yourselves that, so it's not. Is the flute Dave Meltzer's favorite instrument? Now it is. I wonder how many views they get on YouTube and how many they get from other sources. Anyone remember Chris Hyatt recaps? No. WWE should show that Jim Cornette Not Like Us Jungle Boy video. They really should. Excellent. So I'm glad you're all here. So consider becoming a member. It's 99 cents. You can send in a super chat or just hit the like or dislike, leave a comment, all that YouTube stuff. I think I did my plugs. Okay, so there you go. We got Yeetamania going down. Is this a world title match? Did they say this was for the world title? I'm unsure, but we got Yeet versus fucking Breaker. So obviously Uso's gonna escape with that title somehow. but there'll be a schmoz, a good old schmoz, and hopefully it's not overly convoluted. And I think it'll be pretty decent. And Breaker and Jay worked together before for the IC title. They had a few matches, so these guys know each other. Hopefully they have a decent match, and then obviously Seth's going to come in, stomp someone or something. So we have Sheamus coming back and fighting Grayson Waller tonight, so this should be good. That'll be a fun TV match, right? And then we have AJ and Penta teaming up. Crazy, man. What a world. Did you ever think we'd live in a world to see AJ Styles and Pentagon Jr. in a tag team on a Monday Night Raw? Pretty crazy. Taking on Finn Balor and JD. I suspect this match will be like the highlight of the night. And then we have more Money in the Bank qualifying matches. So is what it is. And I put that together. I didn't see anybody post the whatever. So I just clicked on a website. I don't even know which one. I just gripped their graphics, threw them on this. Hashtag WWE Ron, tag myself. So I made my own show tonight. So yeah. Let me see here. Comments are acting weird. StreamYard's like, it just goes blank. And then it's like, okay, I got to wait for them to. But otherwise, everything's running smoothly. 200 of you watching across X and YouTube. If you're on X, consider checking me out on YouTube. Anyways, let's continue along, though, with some breaking news. I'm going to check in with chat again, but we got a little bit of breaking news. Did you guys watch WWE LFG? So the winners were... here, I'm going to pull it up. Thought I had it bookmarked. Yes, I do. Okay, so we'll get into that, actually. I'll hit a breaking news. 30 years ago, I met Wade Keller and Dave Meltzer at Bash at the Beach in Huntington Beach, California. Was he like, oh, the weather's nice? Asuka's rumored to return. I don't know if she is rumored to return. Is that a rumor? I didn't see that one. If Asuka shows up and then her and Kairi do the old Kabuki Warriors and turn on Io, or do you think they just push them as a trio? Io. I don't read it anymore. Just check Mania reports. Okay, you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. Bill Apter sorely missed. Well, he hasn't passed away, has he? But just what he does, like his reporting, doesn't matter. Anyways, let's get into. Well, it does matter. If Bill Apter passed, that's serious shit that I didn't know about, and that would totally suck and break my heart. I don't watch LFG. Well, we're going to get into it. I have some breaking Io in a trio. Look, ma, we're neato. Snitches get stitches. Shout out Lilo. Isn't that a song that's like Andy Milonakis or something? Dirt Nasty. You guys know that shit? Anyways. So this Heavenly Hamlin gentleman says, good to know Queen of the Ring was made by a bunch of WWE bad hashtag AEW stans. Is that the case? I don't think that's the case. TKO couldn't care less if people watch a movie or not. I don't know, man. People say a lot of shit. Listen, Johnny Boy, like Queen of the Ring, they tweeted out, oh, we've been blocked by WWE. I think we covered it on the show before, or maybe not. I'm not sure. It might have been in a sicko segment even, because I didn't know what to do with it. But they were like, yeah, we were blocked by WWE for advertising and blah, 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 blah. And so Queen of the Ring movie responds to this guy who says, saw it, enjoyed it, no idea, which I just watched, by the way, like a night or two ago. I just finally watched Queen of the Ring. But Johnny B said, saw it, enjoyed it, no idea why WWE wouldn't want to have seen it. Clickbait. Because I guess Queen of the Ring movie was like, they didn't want the movie to be seen and stuff. And then so they respond and say, you should ask them why they tried to block us from running TV ads during Raw. Illegal. Why they asked us to sponsor their events. We agreed to the financial deal. Then they pulled us out last minute. This is just a glimpse into the sabotaging behavior. See, I don't think it's sabotaging. What happened was, okay, sabotaging behavior. Perhaps we will expand on the intel. Now, I wouldn't put this below WWE's pettiness, you know? I could totally see them being like, fuck that. And I'll give you an example. So, and I talked about this on Spaces with George Capture and All Jake there on Sunday. I popped into their Spaces and I told this story. Or I think it was that. Maybe I told this on Squared Circle Maniacs or somewhere, goddammit. I broadcast all the time. But I talked about how Jay and Silent Bob, this was on Spaces on Sunday. So Jay and Silent Bob were the first victims of the Wednesday Night War. Well, what do you mean, Phil? Well, I'll explain it. So they were supposed to appear, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes were supposed to appear on SmackDown, right? But then they also scheduled themselves to appear on Dynamite, AEW Dynamite, to promote Jay and Silent Bob Reboot or whatever. Or Clerks 3, one of these fucking movies. And what happened was WWE heard, oh, you guys are going to be on this Dynamite show, called up Kevin Smith, and they canceled on them, right? And Jericho was in that movie. And they canceled the fucking appearance, right? They were going to be in the crowd too. So then Jericho and Kevin Smith made the joke on a radio show. They're like, oh, it was Jay and Silent Bob, the first victims of the Wednesday Night Wars or whatever. So I could totally see this happening. And apparently, you know, well, this was just the rumors when this movie was coming out that the Queen of the Ring people wanted to work. They explained it on Jim Cornette's podcast, but they like wanted to work with WWE. They wanted to cast, I think someone said Liv Morgan or something, and instead of Tony Storm or something like that, right? And then instead of working with them, WWE was like, no, fuck off or whatever. And Vince was in charge at the time. And so I guess this guy was bitter. And on Jim Cornette, he like buried. I'm not saying the guy using this Twitter, maybe if it's like the director or whatever, the producer, whoever Jim talked to. But this guy went off and I guess is just like really praised AEW for letting them use their talent. Britt Baker was in the movie. Naomi's in the movie. I think Mickie James is in the movie. But Naomi, people are pointing out that Naomi's in the movie, but she did that when she was Trinity Fatu in TNA. Like 100%. So Mickie James is in the movie. This is before she came back to WWE as well. She's in it for like a blink and you miss it moment. And some other ladies. I believe it was Mickie, unless I just mistook her for someone, but I'm like 99% sure. And so there was a handful of people in it. But yeah, it was all AEW ladies, to say the least. So like a TNA person. Okay, nobody in WWE, you know, so or maybe a couple if Mickie was still working with TNA at the time as well, is the point I'm getting at. And so I think maybe this is just like bitterness. Oh, WWE wouldn't give us talent or let us promote after they asked us to sponsor on their fucking show. Now, if WWE did ask Queen of the Ring, hey, are you interested? Or if they asked and they accepted it and whatever happened there, they could have also seen the trailer and been like, oh, there's a bunch of AEW people in this. Fuck that. But also, I wouldn't put that above Vince McMahon at that, especially Vince. It was Vince at the time as well. So I would not, because you got to remember, this movie came out like a year ago, full-on year ago. They're just trying to like get it pushes in theaters, right? It just came out on digital and stuff like that. So anyways, Queen of the Ring movie responds, you should ask them why they tried to block us. They just pulled us. Yeah, a glimpse of the sabotaging behavior. I read all that. And so, yeah, I am going to say, honestly, I bet you this guy's taking it more personally because it is just business. But I bet you WWE did fuck around a bit. I'm willing to give them that. You know, and the movie. Do I review it right now? I might do like a thing where I review it simulcast over on Phil Marks Out, my other YouTube channel where I talk about movies and shit like that, comic books and stuff like that. And then on this channel at the same time, like a simul crossover event. Maybe I'll do a quick run-in review tomorrow or maybe Thursday or something like that. But yeah, I implore you all to go watch it. It's out there. Anyways, moving along. So Cody Rhodes removed, he took quarterback out of his bio. And as Big Boom AJ's kid would say, yeah, they call me quarterback. That's what the guy says in that song. You guys remember that song I played you? Always gonna boom, boom, boom. Never gonna doom, doom, doom. This one kid goes, yeah, my name's quarterback. And he says it like that. And you're like, what the fuck? Anyways, he took quarterback out of his bio, whatever that means. Heel turn incoming. So here's John Cena cooking R-Truth, which R-Truth, I mean, he's got a shot against Cena at Saturday night's main event, which is fucking crazy.
You're his childhood hero, man. Him and Lil Jimmy.
So, all right, we're going to take, you got a two-parter. I'm going to answer the first part. How in the space-time continuum can I be R-Truth's childhood hero when he's 150 years old?
You are.
It doesn't make any sense, but
you're his childhood hero.
That's hilarious. Okay, moving along. So the winners of WWE LFG were Tyra May Steele and Jasper Troy. Now, Jasper Troy, to me, I'm like him or Shiloh. If you guys were watching, this guy named Shiloh Hill is on the show as well. And it was down to those two. To me, I'm like either of them could win, but like I would go with Jasper Troy because you don't get guys who he's picking it up really quickly. And he's just like a huge fucking guy. Like you don't get too many of those dudes who can like move around and shit and that are his size and that like understand he's really into like characters and shit, you know? So he really understands, like his biggest strength is his psychology and his ability to like learn. So, yeah, I think he was the best guy because Shiloh's like, well, you could just plug him in lower guy right now in NXT and anywhere and he'd work. But this Shiloh guy, like he could be a main eventer one day. And then Tyra May Steele won, and her gimmick's like she's an Olympic gold medalist. Now, my whole thing is I feel like Xena Sterling. Here's the thing with Xena Sterling, though. She's like 20 or 21 years old. So yeah, I mean, and then the winner here, Tyra May Steele, this lady is like 30 some, I want to say. So maybe that it is smarter to like give her the contract now because you're gonna, and then like it's a work. It's like the Ultimate Fighter. If you guys have ever watched the Ultimate Fighter show, everybody gets a shot in the UFC after the show. You know, it's like this. Everybody's gonna get a shot still. Like to even be on this show, you have to be brought in and put on here's our new development prospect NXT class or whatever the fuck, you know? So it's not like anybody who loses the show's going anywhere, but you do get the contract, I guess. And I'm expecting tomorrow to see these folks on NXT. You know what I mean? So, but to me, I think Xena Sterling, it's like, I don't quite know what her character is. And that makes it a little more compelling. There's more I want to know. Whereas the whole, I'm a shoot amateur wrestler who won medals in the Olympics. I feel like it's like, we got the creeds. And even if you didn't win a medal in the Olympics, it's just that you guys get what I'm getting at. You know, it's just that fucking prototype of that build of wrestler. Chad Gable, the Creeds. We had Gable Steveson come in, Kurt Angle, right? Now I think she's the first woman, I guess, who can lay claim to like, I'm a shooter Olympian wrestler, which is cool. I'm okay with that. But we have a whole crew right now that come out and the people go, you suck at them. To me, the gold medal, I don't know. I look at character too. Maybe I wasn't looking at as much at as Tyra May Steele's work, I guess, because she can work well. All the finalists, it's like any of them really could have won. But I think they chose the two right people based on the factors I said before, though. Main event potential right now. And then Tyra May Steele, honestly, and at her age, you could probably just plug her into the women's North American title or even just the NXT title, world title, as well, you know? And I'm not saying her age disparagingly, just she is like, compared to the other prospects, I believe, right? I should Google this. I think she was like 34 or something. So it's like, okay, start cooking with her now, you know? Because I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying like, age 32. Sorry. So I was talking mad shit, but that's still 32. So yeah, NXT, it has aged up a bit. So yeah, maybe even you could get her main roster. I could see either of them on the main roster like tomorrow for sure. The women, I would say, were much more advanced than the dudes at first, it felt like. And then near the end, it was like Shiloh and this Jasper dude, I think could be, well, I don't know, Bailey Humphries too. I felt like Bailey Humphries should have won the whole damn thing. But then you have two monsters winning. I don't know. I really love this show, if you guys couldn't tell. I was really into it. Logan Paul says WWE fans are angry he didn't get fired and released from the company. Now, I laughed at this because I'm like, bro, you're not on a list of people who could get fired and released. Like, you'd have to do something crazy to have a public, like, this guy's fired. But Logan Paul could leave tomorrow, never just come back once a year and be like, I'm on that Travis Scott time and shit, and they would still accept him, especially with how good he can wrestle. You know, now Penta just getting huge pops. Smooth up.
Some people are mad about I didn't get fired in this last round of releases.
Why?
They let a lot of people go.
But I love that he's doing this because Phil Marks, obviously, I'm marksing out. I'm getting worked here. Like, he's obviously working. That's why I love Logan Paul. As far as like pro wrestling folks, right? Right?
Not your boy.
So they're mad about it, that?
Dude, the way I see it, you can't let go of future
Speaking of Logan Paul making his entrance right now.
world heavyweight champion. Some people are mad I didn't get fired.
If I'm WWE, I fucking put the strap on him just to absolutely trigger the IWC and have them all melt down, but you have it be the biggest pack of bullshit ever. And then the next night on Raw, because they're fighting Saturday night main event is the match. So they won't do this, but me, I'm a troll, right? So you gotta remember. But yeah, so Saturday night main event the following Monday, I'd have Jay win it back. But yeah, just because think about the meltdown for the 2 days. Mickey James has confirmed. So this is crazy right here. Okay, listen to this. Mickey James confirmed that WWE LFG has renewed its deal for another 3 years, 6 seasons. Okay, so they're just pumping these out. The same thing the Ultimate Fighter did. They're just pumping these out 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 2 by 2. Hurrah. They're fucking 2 a year, bro. We're getting of LFGs, and I'm down. I'm game with it. I love the show. Might get played out pretty quick. They're going to run out of fake shit to do on the show. But, yeah. Starting next season, Michelle McCool will take over for Mickey James, which Mickey James is the one who confirmed all the seasons coming. So very, very disappointing to say the least. Alexa Bliss talked to TMZ Sports about returning to WWE and bringing her daughter on the road with her. And she talked about how accommodating WWE has been. She says they've been so great about bringing her on the road. She's got her own setup when we go, and she loves it. And it's been great. They were great about it. I got a whole year with her, and it was fantastic. Fuck yeah. So I tweeted this out. There will be another huge announcement at WWE Money in the Bank. Now, I might be overblowing this part of it. Huge as in we just bought AAA huge, but obviously that happened already. So I mean, like, as it pertains to AAA, like, here's a big AAA announcement. Any guesses what it could be? And like, I pray to God they're like, we bought Nuge or something like that. Because I love the meltdowns, man. It's good for my bottom line. No, it's just, it's funny. You know, I'm all about it. So, and I also want to see WWE guys start going to Japan too. And I want to start seeing like, this is what, okay, when Triple H started bringing in Shinsuke and Samoa Joe and Bobby Roode and all these guys, this is what I thought he was trying to do. I was like, oh, dude, NXT can partner with all these companies outside around the world, and we can fucking, this could be crazy, man, because there was no alternative. So Triple H this is his vision from before that Vince got in the way of, and that the pandemic got in the way of, and that the speaking out movement got in the fucking way of big time. That doesn't really get talked about enough. Right? Where did NXT UK go? Where did most of the speaking out creeps come from? All I'm saying. But yeah, so I continue in this thread and I say probably just a Mexican arena announcement or something to do with AAA, but it'll be a big deal, whatever it is. Yeah. And go shout out Conan. Go listen to K100 if you want more in-depth breakdown of that. But people were like, "How do you know?" And then I was just like, "I don't know shit. I'm a dumb fuck. Just listen to K100." And then later, I don't know if the episode came out after I said this, and that's why people were like, "Ah!" But yeah, there's going to be a big announcement, like an announcement that WWE hypes is super big. Hot Lucha Summer. I think it'll pertain to that. I don't know shit though. I would just fucking stooge it if I did. No, I don't. I just if I had to guess. But I was talking with one of my friends, and he was like, "I would love if it was a New Japan purchase to see the meltdowns." And I was like, "Fucking me too, buddy. That would just be hilarious." But I don't think it. I think they'll just announce like an arena show. Or maybe the launch of an NXT Mexico, but they're not going to rebrand AAA as NXT Mexico. And if they fucking do, then okay, then the guy who fucking books AAA doesn't even know that because he ain't said that shit. And like, there's no way the main part of the purchase for WWE was the IP. We covered that extensively on the show. We went down a La Parka rabbit hole. We'll do it again if we have to. Gunther's approaching Logan Paul, and the crowd's chanting, "You tapped out" at him. So Cody Rhodes on his trilogy with Brock Lesnar, and he says, "This is the most real anything had ever been for me in the ring."
But I can tell you, if people ever wonder how real wrestling can be, the 3 matches I had with Brock Lesnar are the most competitive. And there's a thing when you work with a guy who's a big monster.
He's a monster.
Where they make you earn it, is what they'll say. You're not just grabbing my leg, even though that might be the spot. You're not just hitting me with the Cody cutter. It's not just happening that way. You have to actually earn it. And earn it is as close to it being in a real fight as I've ever been in my life. Yeah. I look back at the 3 matches with Brock lovingly and so proud of the body of work we put up.
Yeah.
But also I remember scared is probably an appropriate term, but just that was the most aggressive. And I've been in fights and I wrestled folk style, freestyle, did all that. That was the most real anything had ever been for me in the ring. And it actually gave me a whole new education.
Yeah.
On getting, I guess, to the top of our game. What it really means is there is an element of you're not just taking this.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is going to be a bit of a struggle because that man is a freak athlete. But I can.
Damn, that's legit. And when he pulled him in, when Brock pulled him in to give him the handshake, and he didn't know what was going to happen and shit. Imagine that, because Brock could just fly off the rails. Also, this crowd is white hot. We're watching WWE Monday Night Raw on Monday, May 19th, 2025. And this crowd is white fucking hot for what's going on for Gunther, Logan, and maybe we'll get a little triple threat at Saturday night main event, or he calls out the winner of that match. Speaking of Jey Uso, can I get a yeet for Joshua Samuel Fatu, where he performs on the Raw brand under the ring name Chester the Molester?
You what?
What fucking sicko went on there and did that?
Oh,
and why Chester the Molester? What the fuck is that about? What did Jay do to anybody, you goddamn haters? Kairi Sane is here. Looking great. Why does her leg... Am I tripping? Is it because she's pulling luggage? Why is her leg? Watch her leg. Her right leg. And am I wrong? Like, is it moving funny or am I... Is that a bit of a limp? Or is she like pulling luggage up? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, but like what? I just feel like she's got the Matt Hardy leg going on the right side. So I hope she's all good, goddammit. But yeah, Kairi Sane's here. Big bag probably means ring gear's in there. And I'm so happy. She looks so great if you see the videos of her in the gym and training jiu-jitsu with Riddle and shit. So And some people were triggered. They're like, why didn't they save this as a surprise? Because not everything's a surprise, dude. She's a contracted talent. Like, she's back tonight. Why not announce it, you know? These Tyrese Halliburton 317 shirts are back. Limited time, so get those. And use affiliate link below. I got one in the description. I don't sell you fucking shoes and shavers, but I'll sell you my affiliate link. Click it below, and maybe there's a deal on tonight for Greenville Raw. Per Post Wrestling, WWE shattered records by grossing over $13 million across 6 events during their European tour this March. So we talked about it. The tickets are priced astronomically. I said it on the last show. I was like, they're still just going to sell these out, and it's going to go crazy. So doesn't really matter. And yeah, they crossed 13 million over 6 events. Pretty fucking good numbers there. WWE files for King of the Luchadors. So before we read on the show that they filed for a trademark King of the Lucas. And then we are laughing like, okay, who made a typo? The dirt sheets or WWE? And now observers saying they file for King of the Luchadors. AAA also crowns a King of the Luchadors, I think, right? When do they do that? King of the Luchadors, AAA. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just they own it, so that's going to have something to do with AAA, obviously. And I could see there even being a tournament like King of the Ring, King of the Luchadors. Who knows if it's a title? Maybe it's the title that someone carries around all the feds, like TNA, WWE, NXT, AAA. You know, maybe it's because they have the ID titles that go across all the feds on the indie. I don't know what the concept is behind King of the Luchadors, or is that just they're going to call Vikingo that or something? Speaking of Vikingo, he is also set to take on Alberto Del Rio for the championship soon. They've already shown El Hijo del Vikingo, or just Vikingo as they call him, on WrestleMania and shit, guys. I'm pretty certain, if I had to guess, we're going to see Del Rio drop that fucking title. And this is purely fantasy Phil Mark booking here, okay? So I'll give it an X-Files. Like, we're just totally speculating. Del Rio, I don't know. He's still moving tickets and shit. So I could see that being the guy who ultimately gets the title off Del Rio, too, if they want to go down that route. Vikingo, right? They showed him at WrestleMania, gave him a graphic. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. They obviously have big plans. They're not just doing that for no reason. So, yeah. That, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE News. Round of applause for WWE News. And what do you guys rate that opening segment? I'm going to check in with chat. That opening segment was good. I was listening to it. I'll probably go back later and just listen back. Okay. So that's amazing, too. They're showing that Roxanne signed to Raw, and then Julia went over to SmackDown, which is perfect for both of them. Seems a little herky-jerky, but that's where they both should be going. That's the right call. So we have Money in the Bank qualifiers. Natalia, who was just in NWA. And Becky. And then Roxanne, another qualifier. Kairi, just in a qualifier. I hope she wins it. Rhea, and then Zoe Stark. Yeah, King of the Luchadors could be a pay-per-view PLE name. But that was WWE News. And that opening segment was really good. Who's coming out? Penta. Nice. Just from what I heard, though, the crowd was really hot, and you had like Gunther, and I Dave Meltzered it, though. I'm going to definitely go back and listen or watch the YouTube clip. And fuck yeah, dude. Look how dope Penta is when he comes out to the ring with the fucking flames and the sparklers. I was a fucking hater on the sparklers at the start, too. I was like, they should just do flames. But no, it fucking hits, man. That's why you give shit time, you know? You always got to roll with something. I preach it all the time on the show. You got to try everything like a couple times, you know, before you know. Look how fucking over this dude is, man, with the kids, too. That's awesome. Okay, so we have commercial break. I'm gonna check in with chat. And yeah, Jay Uso came out. Just he got a big baby face pop. For 2 says Husey or we riot. Yeah, bro, he's on the other side of the planet, more or less. Okay, so that's going to happen. Just we're both very busy gentlemen. Okay. I'll just screen grab our DMs and post them for you guys now. They can be equally as funny sometimes. Okay, I watched a video where somebody was trying to convince people that it was real Natty really attacked the fan. Right, well, it's commercial break, so people are just making entrances, right? So we'll dive into some fucking news. We have a little bit of miscellaneous news that pertains to WWE as we're talking about it. So as we were just talking about it, Natalia at NWA, she got into it with a fan. This is obviously a work, though. The guy's wearing a pink, like, Hart family shirt. And I actually don't even know how she did in her Crockett Cup match. So she came up short. So they did the right thing, and the women's world champion, Kenzie Page, defeated Natalia. Round of applause for the NWA doing the right thing and Natty doing the right thing. And speaking of the dungeon, here's some training footage. Some of the last training that went down there in October of 2000. TJ Wilson versus Harry Smith. Jesus, imagine how hard that dungeon floor is. Oh shit, that's a sick, like, sit out spine buster move. And yeah, so as I talked about a moment ago, right? La Gran Revancha Mega Campeonato. So at AAA on the 31st of May, dude, El Hijo del Vikingo is taking on El Campeón El Patron Alberto. Okay? So at Alianzas for the title. So maybe they just switch it right there, right before they do all this crossover shit. I could totally see it. Now, I'm not fucking, again, this is me fantasy mark booking. I'm not even going to poke around because I want to be surprised. And you know what's crazy? I'm actually going to tune in to see this match to find out whether or not that's what they do. For sure. So I'm going to check this out, and I'll keep you guys updated on that, I guess. Now, Paul Heyman's about to give Jey Uso some facts.
But he says I betrayed CM Punk to betray something. You have to stab them in the back. You have to do something untoward that they don't see coming. So I want to tell you this straight to your face. So I can't be accused.
Okay, so Heyman's saying he's not a backstabber. Here, I'm going to check in with chat here. Pro Wrestling Game Vault became a new member. Hell yeah, dude. You know what they say.
Wrestling's not fake!
Thank you for becoming a member, guys. Memberships are 99 cents. You can super chat in. You can gift a membership. That's always cool, too. Or you can hit like or leave a comment or whatever. Appreciate y'all. And thank you. Welcome, dude. Welcome to the madness. I appreciate that. And I do member streams sometimes and stuff like that. And I have I'm working on a video, guys, for the channel, something different as well. See, I got what's the old saying? I'm spinning a bunch of plates right now, okay? My pot's in many fires. Is that the old saying? I fucking forgot it. I pooped it out of my brain. But no, I'm working on a video that's like an investigative. I did some research and some investigation into something cool, pro wrestling oriented, that I was like, huh, shit, this is interesting. And yeah, so that's going to be fun. And it's really distracted me because I've gone down this rabbit hole now and I'm like, holy fuck. So I'm going to edit this video for you guys and it's going to be really good. And I'm going to release it on like Patreon and to members early and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyways. So we have Jay and Breaker. Heyman was cooking. These guys are in the ring here. AJ and Penta. I'm so looking forward. We're going to call this action. And then we have some AEW news, believe it or not, on a Monday night. Okay. A lot of hooks in the water. Yeah, I got a lot of a lot of noodles in the bowl. No? What's everyone saying, chat? What are we saying? Is this Raw been good so far? I think it's been good. I know I've been talking over it, but a lot of talking to start the show, which is okay. And this Saturday, of course, Saturday night's main event. We'll be live for that. That's when I'm streaming. And it'll be a watch along as well. So it's good I trudged through more of the news today because Wednesday is going to be mostly news. Saturday is going to be mostly chilling and broing down and reacting to shit. And I think I have some friends joining me for that one too. So I'll keep you guys. Maybe not. It all depends. But I think it's going to happen. And I'm doing Awful Jeopardy or whatever. Whenever he gives me a time, I'm pretty sure. So I'm all over the place. I did a Spaces last night with All Jake and George Capture. And I have a podcast tomorrow coming with I like to kind of save those. I stooged it before. I told you guys the channel, but yeah. And we're going to talk about what's going on with AEW and their Forbidden Door and New Japan and all of that. I have a really great podcast coming out I don't know, this week. I'm going to record it tomorrow, though, with someone in the UK, mate. Nice takeover. I like that AJ is rocking the red, black, and white. Same with Penta. That's my favorite color scheme right there, just in general. Just aesthetically. Please do a double or nothing watch along. I will. Yeah. When is it? When is it? AEW Double or Nothing 2025. Of course I will. I'll do all the AEW pay-per-views. I didn't do like one time and it just didn't feel right. And chat was like, where were you? And it's like, yeah, I'm fucking May 25th. So that's on Sunday. Is that this Sunday? Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get a shitload of beers and stream this weekend a bunch, I guess. If I gotta go back to back, if I gotta do Saturday night main event and then Double or Nothing, yeah, we're getting some beers. What? Okay, let's fucking do it then, chat. This Sunday I'll be live for Double or Nothing as well. So NXT Battleground is Sunday. Okay, well I'm not going. I can't do that as well. What's on? Oh, so it's no, they're head to head. See, I forgot about that shit. Yes, of course Sunday. Sunday's super important, dude. So we'll be going for Saturday night main event, and then we'll be going for Sunday both. I'll be watching both at the same time, NXT and Double or Nothing at the same time. Okay, and I'll call the action here. So Penta just laying chops on the outside of the ring to JD and Finn, back in the ring, throwing leg kicks and slaps. And the crowd's reacting to everything Penta's doing. They're laughing at him doing his like Muhammad Ali head bob, where he like chops JD. He's done it a couple times now, where like dude throws a punch, he like dodges it with his head chop. You know, they popped and were laughing at that. They popped for that spot. They love Penta. He's so over. He's feeling himself in there. He's telling everyone be quiet. Huge chops. The fucking arena pops. JD's getting slapped around literally in the ring. Oh, and then fucking Finn grabs the back of the mask, pulls Penta down. And now McDonough takes over. The crowd is so hot and into this fucking match. The crowd booed. They were so fucking mad when Finn grabbed Penta and JD got the tag. And now Finn's just stomping Penta out while holding the rope, doing like jumping stomps. The ref counts him. He's arguing with the ref. Penta's back to his feet. Finn's just guillotining him over the rope, over the top rope. He's just arguing with the ref. They're milking this last minute here. He's got like a leg drape guillotine on the middle rope. Ref's all over his ass. Carlito with a left hand while the ref's back's turned. The ref's doing great work too, man. Crowd's super hot for all this shit, man. Hell yeah. Carlito with the perfect timing on that one. And guys, we do have AEW news tonight. We have Dave Meltzer as well, so don't touch that dial. I'm calling the action here. Leg drop to the back of the head. JD's got control. And the crowd's chanting, "Let's go, Penta. Let's go, Penta. Let's go, Penta." He's so fucking over. So Joe loses next to Moxley. Yeah, that was ass. That was ass. Complete ass. And then what do they have? Joe, a proven ratings and house getter. Oh, he's in a match with the Young Bucks this week on Dynamite. Of course he is. Right? He gets ratings. He draws them a house. Oh, the Young Bucks are just going to be in this now. You idiot. They were there last week. Yeah, I get that. But you guys don't see how they're just booking themselves into the only shit people care about every time. They go away when the going gets tough. Then they come back when it looks kind of up. And then they involve themselves in the only shit. Like Samoa Joe, the only thing that draws them a house or gets them ratings. Samoa Joe in a cage match drew them 4K people and drew them their best rating of 2025. Okay, guys? So the Yucks. Yeah, the Yucks, dude, want to come back and just get involved in that this week? Great. Perfect, you know? They're just such like Cornette was so right about those motherfuckers. It's so sad when you hear it because I used to be such a fan of them. The old Jericho trick, riding coattails since 04. Lincoln Hawk says, I'll give live updates from one of the shows. How much you hate yourself depends on what I'm watching. Yeah, just give updates and chat. We'll be rolling, and I'll have dual screens going. I'll make sure of it. I'll set myself up. Crowd's so hot for that Finn Balor cutoff there. Thank you, Lincoln. Lincoln, let's fucking do a online GM mode. Like, you know, let's set it up. Like ASAP. You know what I mean? We'll get 626 in there and then someone else. Plinian if he's down. I don't know if he's down though. But yeah, we'll do that and get a online GM mode going. Yeah. Just send me like your gamer tag or whatever. I'll set it up. I'll set it up and send invites. Elbows to the gut, knees to the fucking ribs. Here we go. Duck down, kick to the mush. Punch to the face, reverse sling blade. Penta's cooking, crowd's white hot. Penta's so over. And here's a big hot tag to AJ coming. Here we go. The Styles combo lariat. Boom, running forearm. Running stinger splash or whatever. Oh, rake to the eye. Old school right there, brother. Calf crusher. Oh, shit. And then he rolls JD into the splash, and I hope Finn's okay. Because he got his leg landed on. I think he's good. Yeah, he just rolled out. He looks good. Reverse jeepers. Oh! It's damn, like, you know that's not the finish, but like they're cooking so hard. I told y'all, man, this would be a show stealer. I'm so glad Finn's not hurt. Oh my goodness, Mike Glass for 20. He says, I will. He says, just here, I'll read this in Darth Sidious so that, or no, I got a terrible, I'm not going to do that. Just doing a flyby. What's going on, Filluminati? Phil, the Undertaker's find, please. If you know, you know. Did you mean to write gong? Damn, did y'all see that reverse DDT, Mike Glass? Are you watching Raw? You better be watching Raw, Mike Glass. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I hit the gong, dude. If that's what you were asking for. Just doing a flyby. Thanks for flying by. Everybody, round of applause and acknowledge Mike Glass for that one, okay? Let me see. Where's my acknowledge?
Acknowledge me!
Dead man, while you coming down. It's a Steiner line. Here comes that Empire money. Yeah, the Empire sent a message. I get a hologram transmission. No. Clap for Mike Glass. Yes. Thank you, Mike Glass, for just tuning in. And the Filluminati. That's catching on too. Fildos and Filluminati. Oh, and then Finn. Oh, my God. So Finn, AJ goes into the rope. Finn is standing on both of them, like the middle and the top rope. AJ falls through them. Crowd pops. And he does that bump to the outside, like where he goes off the apron and goes to the outside because AJ can still do that. So AJ goes to hit the ropes. You guys know what I mean? And then Finn just like pulls the middle and top up. AJ tumbles to the outside. Fucking crowd erupts for it. Like there's just so much heat on this match. People are on their feet right now. They're on the outside. JD's on the announce table, which you better be careful around there, dude. Punctured a lung last time. No, don't even start that. 626. Don't start that, okay? That's never a one. And in fact, if you identify as that, I will fucking ban you, okay? Perma fucking ban from my chats. We're not even going there, okay? Don't even put that out there, 626. Oh, shit. Dildos only, yeah. That's the dirtiest we can go. That's where I draw my line. People go, where's the line? Dildos is the line. For the name of our universe here, okay? Here we go. So now AJ's throwing blows. He's trying to fight back. Like they have him cornered off in their corner. Oh, no, the Eye of the Hurricane by Balor. Kick out. 2.99999. 2 9ths and 7/8 of a half. And now just a straight up headlock. Center of the ring. Finn's just wearing down AJ. The big hot tag. They're going to get a big hot tag and come back to Penta here. And it's going to be phenomenal, pun intended. Lito, you guys can see, got involved again. Bounced AJ's head off the post. Then they just kept him trapped in the corner, worked him over. Raw's cooking already, yeah. The opening shit was fire. I need to go back and listen to it again. I'll just like watch it on YouTube quick. I know I said that before, but got to reiterate it so my brain remembers it. That's a trick, right? You meet someone, you don't want to forget their name. You say it like 17 times. I learned that when I did sales for a little bit in my my young years. Late teens, early 20s. Here we go. Penta right to the top rope and JD trips. Y'all, that's the shit I'm talking about right there. JD gets the tag. He trips, quote unquote. He fake trips. Okay? But it gives Penta time to get the tag and climb to the top rope. You guys get what I'm saying? It just gives that extra second for him to get to the top rope than realistically fucking fly onto Penta, you know? Or onto JD. It's so good, man. It's just the little things like that. Instead of just like waiting and clearly waiting for him to climb up and, you know, it's just do that extra in the middle to sell what you're doing, man. I love that so much. Moonsault, flip, Spanish fly from JD. It's a fucking amazing match. I told y'all it'd be a show stealer. Double stomp, coup de grace, no. Super kick to the gut. Kick to the chops. Enziguri. Oh, he's gonna sacrifice that arm. Sacrifices that arm. Oh, roll up from Finn. Victory roll. Oh. Sling blade. Finn just not selling the arm anymore after it was just twisted off. Oh, super kick. Now where's Penta going? Dude, he's going to sell so many action figures and shit too. Oh, now they're all the shenanigans. Okay, there goes Lito. JD with a dive. And then Penta with a destroyer to JD on the outside out the stairs. AE-dub. AE-dub. No, I'm just kidding. They actually sell it is the thing. And then here's El Grande. Here's El Grande ripping at the mask. Hit a headbutt with the steel-plated mask. Mask versus Mask. Penta versus El Grande. At AAA. Just kidding. Double stomp. Coup de grace. Pin. Damn. Damn. What a match. What a match. F1WGP7 gifted 5 Pro Wrestle Clips. Hopefully our haters got those. PWT Universe. No, some of our lovers. Thank you so much, guys. You can gift memberships. Memberships are 99 cents. You can super chat in a question or a comment or whatever if you want me to do an impression or some shit. And yeah, stick around. We got some AEW news. We got some Dave Meltzer action. And we got more Raw, of course. And, of course, on Wednesday, we'll be watching Dynamite and reacting to that while doing a bunch of news, as I do. And on Saturday, me and some homies will watch Saturday night's main event and Double or Nothing and NXT all back to back to back to back to back to back. You guys know what I mean? So, yeah, make sure you're locked into PWT. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, or you retweet, or if you're on X, come over to YouTube. I'd appreciate it. And hell yeah, Kathy Kelly with EO Sky. See what's cooking here.
I know you have a lot of experience there, but now you're on the other side of it. So how are you feeling with the winner potentially targeting you? I know what it takes to win Money in the Bank, but whoever wins, I'm ready for anyone because I am the genius of. You've never been able to conceive one of them.
Okay, so Becky's out here. Interrupting Io's interview, saying she has no problem putting down another champion. And they got her walking through Gorilla. And she makes her entrance. Crowd kind of cheers for her. She's supposed to be this heel. She's just so over, though. So here we go. We got a Money in the Bank qualifier. Maddie for 2 says, I've been swimming in raw sewage. I love it.
Are you sure about that?
Thank you so much for that, Maddie. Yeah, okay. So we got Natty, Roxanne, and Becky. So they're gonna make entrances and shit. Perfect time to jump into some news. Thank you, Maddie, for that. Thank you, everybody who's in chat, everybody hanging out. I would say Liv is my girl if I had. Okay, Liv is none of your girls, all Jake. Okay, she's nobody's gal. No one can lay claim on these gals. Natty, Roxy, Bex. Let's do it, Cash Money. What up from California? Salute, man. California love, California. And super cool to the homeless. Io's English is getting pretty damn good. You're goddamn right it is. El Grande Americano has the hardest head in the world. Yeah, Chad does. Or El Grande does. Kathy working those glasses. You calm down now. Jericho is inevitable. Yeah, it's true. Unless someone can convince me otherwise, one way or the other. No way is spreading the love. The steel plate is very mid-south. Mexican destroyer. Yeah, what did I say? Did I say Canadian destroyer? Okay. Moose could still be Americano. Yeah, I have it under good authority. He is. So Natty's not coming out in like her GCW shtick, obviously not, but there's something about her energy right now. It feels very peaceful and I don't know. I don't think she's going to win this, though. So, who knows, man? You ever think we see her compete in like an Owen Hart, whatever? Owen Hart for the Owen. So speaking of AEW and the Owen, let's get an Ichi Nissan for a very special AEW news segment. So we have a quote here. I got this from Cultaholics. So the technical issues with AEW Collision were a WBD issue, as the show aired in its entirety for fans outside of the United States on Triller TV's AEW Plus service. Now, there was no evidence of that. In fact, evidence to the contrary. However, I did some digging and I poked around and asked some people, and some people kept me updated. And we were able to discover that it did air outside of the United States. I'm not sure where or how it was pulled off, but at first they were like the West Coast feed wasn't shut off, but it actually was. And for those of you unaware of what happened on Saturday night, with half hour left of a pre-taped Collision show, out of nowhere, fucking Black Adam just started playing on TNT, right? And so I didn't know if Cultaholic made this assertion themselves that it was a WBD issue, right? But WBD Associate Director of Live Events Rich Gullickson explained why Collision went off the air early, posting on Blue Sky. Just heard about this. Very sorry this happened. It actually was a severe... So he just heard about it the day after? He just heard about it the day after. So they don't give a fuck. Okay? They don't give a shit about AEW being on. Very sorry this happened. It actually was a severe technical problem with show delivery and recording. Now, the way I understand show delivery and recording, I don't know if, to me, I'm like, so that's an AEW problem. We'll follow up on that as well. I respond to some of this stuff. So the team is working to get this put back together for Max Replay and TNT Video On Demand ASAP. In an update at 11:40 p.m. Eastern on Sunday night, Gullickson noted that looks like, quote unquote, looks like Collision will be available on Max at some point today. So does it look like, or is it going to be? Craziness. So I respond, I go show delivery and recording. So like a bad thumb drive or something, right? Like what does show delivery and recording typically... There's a corrupt file or something to do with the transmission, but like the delivery and recording just seems like he's putting it on AEW's end. No, I don't know. So someone sent this to me. None of the last 30 minutes of AEW Collision was uploaded to their YouTube channel either. They botched the recording or rendering somehow and nobody checked before sending it off. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That's the only explanation I can come up with. So here's proof, like on the YouTube, right? The last half hour, like it cut off during the Steve McMichael stuff. So, and then all of a sudden it's just Hey EW with Rhino in RJ City a day later. So, yeah, why wasn't the other half hour uploaded? It was very peculiar. And so I was actually updated, though, that the next day. But why did it take so long? Like, what was going on, man? Was the file corrupted? So today, I was updated, and thank you, Master Taker. Like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, this is sent to me just before I went live, and they finally uploaded the last 30 minutes, like the highlights of the last 30 minutes of Collision. So where was it? Like, why didn't it get uploaded either? Were they hoping to like is BJ Bethel and Dave Meltzer going to add on the minutes people watched later and go, oh, well, the extra 30 minutes, you know, like, is that what they're going to try and do? What was the reason behind, you know, I feel like what the problem was, to me, if I'm going to take a guess, whoever the upload or the render cut off early, possibly. Maybe this is purely far too speculative, but I could see that being the case and just TNT getting the wrong shit and nobody checked it. Because it wouldn't be the first time somebody's like exported a video or transferred a video and then there's like 2 minutes clipped off or 10 minutes or half hour, or just it's a 5-minute blip and you're like, oh shit, the whatever. Anybody who edits video knows what I'm talking about. It's not like that couldn't happen. It is weird it happened right at the half hour though. So I think maybe it's clearly the rest of the show was recorded. So it's not like they just didn't record it. But when they say it was something to do with the recording and transportation or whatever, it just makes me think it could be more of an AEW problem. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. But that's an update on all of that. And I hope that sheds a little insight on what was going on. And let's hope that fucking what did Neckbeard say again? He's like, oh, this Dynamite, it might get cut off 30 minutes early by Batman Forever. Or some shit. Just so funny, dude. And yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen to them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is AEW news. We've got some qualifying action. Natty throwing those suplexes GCW style, Bloodsport style, shoot style. Here we go. So she is putting her in a Romero special. Roxy's outside of the ring. This Raw's been cooking so far. This match has been very decent so far. I like Batman Forever. Incredible soundtrack. Yeah, you look back and you're like, fuck, man. Batman Forever is a fucking great movie. Yeah. PWT Batman Forever watch along. Should I do like a simulcast with Phil Marks Out where I do a quick review of Queen of the Ring? And I just do like a quick fucking breakdown and review of it. Stream where I go on both because it's a crossover event. So I wanted to do it for PWT, but yes. Okay, I'll do it. I'll just like stream on both at the same time. Here, I'll fucking DM. Yeah, let me DM fucking. Have you
Lyra Valkyria told the world that Becky cannot be trusted. She did this for herself. She doesn't want to help the young superstars.
Squid Game. Oh, I can't wait. And yeah, I'll be talking about that on my other channel too, dude. Squid Game season 3. I'm gonna rewatch season 2 again. Or maybe I'll just rewatch season 1 again for like the 3rd or 4th time and season 2 for the 2nd time, and then yeah. Natty's there to take the pin 100%. Time Cop 2. Trouble in Wembley. Oh shit. So the crowd's chanting, let's go Roxy. And the problem is that she's a fucking heel. And they're cheering for her. They like Roxanne, dude. And she's hanging right up there in the main roster. It's about goddamn time. I'm glad we got these fucking call-ups. Time Cop 2, the Berlin decision. Yeah, I know, dude. We should watch both. Yeah, when it fucking... I'll do it. I can do it on Patreon and shit. We should do like audience watch-alongs or something. We're like more like we join, we do it all together. We're fucking get our popcorn. We all sit around, watch. That could be fun. Yeah, I just want to see Becca versus Roxanne. Beck versus Roxana. The Berlin decision. Yeah, dude. Time Cop 3. Meltzer driver in time. Okay, running forearm to Natty in the corner from Becky. Beck exploder slam. Natty rolls to the outside. Becky's hitting the ropes, gonna dive. No, baseball slide.
That was just a takedown by Roxanne. Nothing pretty about that. Let's fight. Roxanne said, let's fight. And Becky said, back to the ring.
A lot of baseball slides this match. Yeah. Good catch, Fabio. Okay, diving crossbody off the top from Roxanne to Becky. Ref gets in the way a little bit. Roxanne recovers. Cartwheel knee. Those cartwheel knees she does are cool and shit, but I don't want to see her finishing people with those. That's just got to be like her signature. Crowd doesn't really react to that shit.
Natalia, Roxanne, Becky Lynch, the winner of this advances to Saturday as Roxanne Perez.
Flying head scissors. George, when do the Oilers play? Wednesday? Here, I'll look it up. Yeah, Wednesday. Shit, when I start my show too. It's okay. We're just gonna simulcast it. It's on when Dynamite starts, so we'll just do both. That's all. That's the only way around it. Baseball's lame. Hey, don't say that. Here we go. A stacked up, a double fucking shooter. Nope. Oh, come on, buddy. It'll be like Time Cop. Dynamite ratings go down like a flash of light. Yeah, we'll cover that on Wednesday. We'll talk about the ratings. Here we go. Rock bottom. No arm drag. Pin. Manhandle slam. Natalia breaks shit up. Sharpshooter time. Oh, she just goes for the cover. Roxanne kicks out. Damn.
Alexa Bliss was already qualified for one of the 6 spots in Friday Night SmackDown. One of these women will join her. We have another.
Yeah, Roxanne's gonna get the W here over Natty. That's how this goes down. Everyone's naming their teams. Yeah, I'm like Toronto Blue Jays, Toronto Raptors, because I have to. Like, they're the Canadian teams. We don't have choices there, you know. And then I like the Atlanta Falcons in NFL. Although I haven't been following NFL closely the last, like, I've checked out the Super Bowls and shit, but the last few years I've just, you know, that's the one I've had to sacrifice. Same with baseball. Like, I'll watch if, like, you know, here and there, but I haven't been, like, I kind of keep my tabs on the Jays, you know, like, I know what's going on, but I don't watch like every fucking game. Like, I used to be way more. I used to collect baseball cards and shit. But then Like when I was way younger, when I was a kid. And then yeah, basketball, like Raptors I keep up with, and then Edmonton Oilers, my NHL team. So I was fucking always have been, always will be, yeah. And then soccer, I don't know shit. I don't have a soccer team. I don't watch soccer. You mean football, mate? You mean football? You mean footy? Nice throw, Michael Cole says by Roxanne. Yeah, it works. A footy match. F the Leafs. Yeah, I don't give a shit about the Leafs. But like I will cheer. Like let's say every team's eliminated, but even like if the Leafs are the last Canadian team, I'm gonna pull for the Canadian teams always. Like that's how we have to do it, you know? But if it boiled down to like Edmonton versus Winnipeg, like fuck Winnipeg, you know what I mean? And fuck the Leafs and fuck the Canadians. For all I give a shit. And fuck the Stars too. There's a deep rivalry there between, especially a playoff rivalry between the Stars and Edmonton, like forever, you know? Here we go. Sharpshooter time. Tap out. Sharpshooter time, bud. Dude, Michael Driard said, I'm hoping for an 06 rematch, Canes and Oilers. Bro, I've been thinking that this whole time. Okay? Now, the thing is, man, we might get like, I really want to whip the Panthers' ass because last year they stole the cup. But the last time we were about to, like, the closest we got besides last year was like 20 fucking years ago, and Dwayne Rollison got injured. And then who had to come in? Like Ty Conklin or some backup goalie had to come in. And we fucking lost the cup to the Hurricanes. And that was like the most devastating moment. And then it took forever. Like the Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle years. We've had Nugent Hop on our team forever. Took us forever to get back into like playoff contention, even with McDavid and shit. And then now we're like a top team in the NHL, especially offensively, even defensively, I'd say. Just our goalie, our net minding is like maybe not as good as like some of the elite teams. But, well, actually, I don't know. In these playoffs, we're fucking unbelievable, actually. But now Lyra's out here, Bird Lady. No. But Canes versus Oilers, that would be like retribution from, oh my God, like childhood retribution. But it's almost at the same time I'm struggling, bruv, because see, Roxanne got the pin. Boom. But I'm struggling though, bruv, because it's like, you know, I really want to beat Florida's ass for what happened last year in that Game 7. That Illuminati shit. It was rigged. No. They rigged it for Florida, goddammit. 06 Sabres would have smoked it. What the fuck are you talking about? Was this a no DQ? Yeah, triple threat, so no DQ. Triple threats, no DQ in WWE, bro. What are you, a fucking AEW sicko? No, I'm just kidding. That shit pisses me off, too. But yeah, Roxanne's in, man. Good for her. And Natty just what? Floats into obscurity again? Yeah, if there's anybody who wants to send in shirt ideas to me too, make sure you guys do that. I'm gonna get on I'm doing like everything's limited that I'm doing, you know, and then I'll just make a PWT t-shirt you guys can buy like year round and shit. And then I'm just gonna do like limited drops of stuff. So yeah, I think that's the way we're gonna do it. So yeah, if you guys are like designers and have ideas too and want to send shit in, feel free to do that if you'd like. Sammy and Jay, here we go. Yeet. Kairi Sane, here we go. More money in the bank action. And then Zoe Stark, crowd no reaction. Not even hating, but like the last survivor of PFC. Huge mega pops for Rhea Ripley. Crowd's white hot for Raw. Now Sheamus is coming out. Big pops for Sheamus. He's about to whip fucking Waller's ass. And this is going to be a fun TV match. Okay. I miss the bar. Me too, dude. They were such a fucking good tag team. One of the best. One of the best. So we're just looking at entrances here. The bar was legit. Yes, absolutely. I feel like we were talking about something before, and I was going to add more to it, and I just completely fucking forgot. But it's all good. If Zoe and Lyra collide, the universe ends. Damn black holes. Yeah, I think Kairi wins this one. She's got to. Exactly. No pop. Yeah, that's right, Stino. Kairi Sane, yeah, she looks great, dude. We've been covering her progress here, her workout progress. And she's just looking phenomenal. I miss Jinder. Yeah, go on my fucking Twitter, man. And you can see me popping for Jinder. I'm not a faker of the funk. I was always Team Jinder, dude. 2006 rematch. Oh, yeah. A 2006 rematch, dude. Yeah, no, we were going off about hockey. Yeah, fuck that. This ain't a hockey cast. We'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, that would be fun. How come Chris Connors doesn't come in anymore? You know, I was supposed to do his show, and then I had some shit come up, and then I haven't done his show again. Here's the reason. The live show, he doesn't fuck with it. He doesn't, or he fucks with it. He just doesn't, like, guys, I'll start like roasting Meltzer, and then he'll be like, well, who cares what Meltzer says? And it's like, well, bro, it's the whole shtick I'm doing. So, like, he knows. It's just, you know, I just don't think it's his vibe, you know, the way I fucking, just how I format it. You know, it's better when him and I just do pods, and it's much more informative that way. So I'll do another pod with him coming up soon, more than likely. But the thing is, too, is you, like, try and space shit out, right? Like, if everyone's just all over each other's shit constantly, it can get kind of trite and played out, you know? I did his show like not that long ago. He wanted me on to do a Backlash post one, and then I fucking missed that. Well, I didn't miss it. Like I was just like, dude, I can't do this one. And then we're gonna do another one. I think he's just waiting to like post Double or Nothing or that whole weekend. He'll probably be like, let me have you on to react to all that shit on his show or whatever. So go subscribe to his channel. You'll hear me on there as well. He's mad because Tonga twins will be indicted. No, he would love it. He would love if he came on and could fucking talk shit to me more about that too. But yeah. It would be good. The Rock hindered Jinder. Yeah. He was the tallest guy in the match by far. Good evening. What's up, Plinian? Plinian, are you in on the online GM mode, or should we get a different fourth? Like, can you commit to doing that shit if we're like, okay, like 3 times a week we gotta all jump on and do our turns or something? You know, I'll schedule it in the Discord. Let me know. The Punjabi prison match. Oh, dude, they're showing old Michael Cole with John Cena. Oh, my God. Let's say 2 and have it be the off days, Monday and Wednesday. Well, I stream on Wednesday, so let's do, and then, yeah, Tuesday I usually still, like, even though I don't stream, I try to stream, or I fucking am, like, recording shit or editing or doing some other shit. But, yeah, let's do, like, twice a week where we got to pop on and do, like, a couple hours or an hour or something like that, you know? We'll figure it out in the Discord. That's a discussion for Discord. Sorry, Phil, but still happy to help on Twitch. No, don't be sorry. Don't say sorry. That's what I'm asking, bro. Cole with the Kobe's. Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro. Let's fucking go, man. Gets barbecue sauce. Vince was like, yeah. Now rub your ass on him. Yeah, now, Cole, you have to be naked. Your ass has to be out for this part, though. Then we're going to cover you in brown sauce and fire you. And then I'm not going to give you $3 million. Allegedly. Ooh.
Medical says you're clear, so next week.
Kira Tozawa gets a match against Rusev one-on-one next week. Yeah, pour that brown sauce all over his head.
Frankly, it's going to be nice to see Alpha Academy put down for good. What do you want anyway? Pierce, I know the Creeds have their big tag team championship match next week. That's great, but what about me? What about Gable? I'm here to talk Money in the Bank qualifying match.
Yeah, it's Maxine's birthday. Happy birthday, Maxine.
I could have sworn we already had this conversation. Yeah, does anybody knock around here? What's going on?
Here come the Boo Day. How do the Creeds have a tag title match? They have never won a match on the main roster in their life. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. They have to switch them. See, I called this out, and people were like, nah, I think it'll. No, man. Fuck that. I called this out. The Creeds have lost every match ever. They can't fight any of these teams. I don't take them seriously on Raw anymore. You have to rebuild them now to where they get wins over a bunch of teams. Move them to SmackDown, have them beat every team there, win those titles, reign with them, and then when they come back to Raw eventually or have to square off against these teams, these Raw teams down the line, then I believe it. But until then, same with Gable. He's a fucking goof. He wears a lucha mask, and then they made it so he cheats to win, so it makes sense. The mask, he puts the metal plate, he cheats, he wins. Okay, that works. You know, but he's a goof too. He lost to every single person to where it's like he's got to go to SmackDown and rebuild now. Otherwise, like, what's the fucking point of them? You know, same with Ivy Niles. She's lost every match. She just loses. So I think send them all to SmackDown, rebuild them, finish what you're doing here with Penta and El Grande. And then once that's over, SmackDown, rebuild everybody. What the fuck is Waller doing? I'm boxing, bruv. It's called shrimping, mate. They beat the War Raiders. The Creeds won. Well, I know, but dude, they come in and beat the X tag team champs like after those guys already beat the Creeds. The War Raiders like came back and whooped their ass. And then, you know what I mean? It's 50-50 now. So what, they're just going to 50-50. Now they're all going to just get wins over all the guys who've been beating them to dust. It's fucky, man. We got to admit, Triple H's tag team division booking has been pretty shit. On the SmackDown side, it's starting to pick up. The women's side is non-existent bullshit. And then the Raw side, it's been like, hey, thank God the Boo Day have those straps, but like, where's the contenders? Like, let's fucking sweep this mat off too, ref. Like, what's going on with all the shit in this ring? There's shit all over the mat of the ring.
Sheamus just enjoys the fight. He enjoys the brawl. Waller with a cheap shot as the official
Kicks and slaps Waller's like Eddie Kingston in his ass. And he's got, this is what I love. He's got the punch, what's that boxing game with the kangaroo who boxes and shit? Look at that on his fucking knee pad, the Roo with the punching gloves. That's amazing. I think Dose is just super busy. Could be wrong. Just hope they don't ruin the Lucha Bros. They won't. They're having good singles runs themselves, and then they're going to a huge Beal toss from fucking Sheamus. Yeah, Waller just selling his ass off. Everyone loves Sheamus too. It's just a fun TV match. Kangaroo Jack? Nah, dude. Remember how they marketed Kangaroo Jack? Like everyone thought it was going to be about a talking kangaroo the whole time, but it wasn't. It was just, that was the dude's dream. In like one scene. It's the boxing kangaroo logo. Yeah. Crikey, bruv. He said he hasn't been on PWT in forever. Who? Kangaroo Jack? I'd have him on in a heartbeat, mate. Yeah, Waller's the future, man. Tekken? Yeah, there was one. There was a Phil, they're asking about Evil Dose. Oh, what? Yeah. He said he hasn't been on PWT in a while. He's been on, hasn't he? I don't know. I was supposed to do some interview with someone for him. I'm not trying to like pull back his curtain there. I was supposed to do an interview for someone for him that he had asked me if I could interview someone for him. And then that he was like, oh, they can't do it anymore. They're out of town or whatever. And I was like, okay, no sweat. And so, yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a thing. But yeah, I'll have Dose back on, whatever. Just fucking tell him to holler at me. I don't even remember the last time Dose has messaged me, motherfucker. Kick out by Sheamus at 2. Kick to the side. Now Waller's got control through the commercial. When they come back, Sheamus is going to hit him with those fucking bottering drum beats or whatever. Crocodile Dundee. Streets of Rage had a kangaroo. Yeah, but he didn't have boxing gloves. Dose, haven't seen him on any channel in forever. Yeah, well, fucking say Dose. Message Phil, and he can come on this show. I'll have him on to watch Saturday Night Main Event or some shit if you guys want him. There's 3 PLEs this weekend, so I'll fucking send him a link. That Waller, like, okay, sorry, I'm distracted here. Waller threw. Okay, what is he doing? Okay, so Sheamus went to the top rope. Sorry, guys. Waller threw a knee, but he like missed, but hit his thigh. Like it was a slap sound, and Sheamus like barely sold it and kind of looked at him like, You know, they sold it off well, but it was kind of a moment. Thank God that was a commercial for most people. So it was kind of like, wait a minute, did he just no sell that or what's going on here? And then Waller superplexed him and is clubbing him. You guys are missing superplexes and shit. Waller's just forearming Sheamus on the ground. Yeah, there was an Atari game, a game for Atari with a kangaroo with punching gloves on it. I remember that. 4 events if you count Friday night TNA event. Oh, do I go live for that? No. Oh my God. If I'm feeling it, I fucking will. But you guys have to tune in if I do. We'll see. Friday night, if I have to do all that streaming, Friday night might be the night I go and get my groove on. You guys know what I'm saying? I go fucking dance, baby. No, but do something. It's been a while since Marv's been on. Yeah, you know, him and I too, we just are lucky. When we catch each other, it's usually like a sperm of the moment, to steal from Jim Cornette, as I see your avatar there, like lately, because he's been going crazy and I've been going crazy too, like just doing so much shit. But when was the last time I was on TT Dub as well? Right? So like, I don't even know. Same with like Apollo. I should get Apollo back on the show too. You know what I mean? I got to get these motherfuckers. That's the problem too. I'm not always like, sometimes I put my shows together and I'm not even like, oh, I need a guest or anything, you know? I don't even think about that, to be honest, a lot of times. So unless there's something where I'm like, oh, like, okay, Awful's going to come talk about this book because he's writing a book, you know? So then I go, oh, I need Awful on to fucking, you know, do this or something like that. Then it dawns on me too. So it's like, oh, when I need legal jargon explained, where's Dose? You know what I mean? He knows more about this than me. Get him here, quick. Where's the bat phone? Good kick out by Sheamus there. Waller, here's the thing with Waller. How long can he hit that dive from outside of the ring into the ring, SummerSlam, spring up, fucking whatever? You know? Like how much longer, like when does that move leave your arsenal? When you're 35, when you're 30, when you're 45, when you're 55? And look, dude, look at Waller's like body. That's the effects. When you wrestle Sheamus, you're in for a fight, bruv. Dingo ate my baby thing really happened in 80 when they were camping out. Somebody said, my dingo ate my baby. Is that a thing? Sheamus just waiting, standing. Yeah, train crazy. That's awkward move. Fuck, nice knee. Yeah, Sheamus lays that shit in.
Here by Sheamus. Sheamus punishing Waller here. Look at the like a sack of leaves.
Yeah, well, if you guys want fucking guests, man, we'll get guests. We'll do it. I'll bring some more. Sometime soon, yeah. But yeah, Marv and I, we were going to record a pod, and then we, like, missed each other, and then I did a TT Dub live, like, right, he's like, oh, just come on the live, or whatever the fuck. And then I did that, and then we just were like, oh, that was cool, that was our pod. So it's like, yeah, I should probably DM him and be like, what are you doing lately, you know? So I haven't thought of it. But I got to bug everybody for this like podcast series I'm doing soon too. Oh my God. Is he going to white noise him on the apron? To the outside. Oh, what the fuck was that? Just guillotined him on the top? Like, Sheamus, what are you doing, buddy? That was fucking weird, man. That was scary, man. Yeah, true random pop-ins are the best, and I try not to announce all the shit too. Like even when I know someone's, I'm like, oh, I got someone maybe in the works here. You know, I like doing it that way too. And the vibe I've set up. Yeah, someone said it. Like, you're here for the fill the thrill, and then the guests are like the accoutrement. They just add on where we fucking. I think I've built the presentation of the show a good flowy way like that, you know? Because then it's more organic too. I feel like it comes across like it's just people talking and shit. It's not so much like there is a formula, but it's not so formulaic, you know, in a way. If that makes sense. Here we go. Whole crowd's white hot for Sheamus. Whiter than his fucking white skin. Let's go. Sheamus with a big win. That's awesome. Phil hates hockey confirmed. Okay, come on. Come on now. Stop hating. Theory laughing about it. Yeah, that feud's going to be awesome. Waller and Theory. The Alvarez heel turn. Oh, I can't wait. We're getting into that. Don't worry. Theory trying to crawl out of the Triple H doghouse. Phil the Thrill Kessel. Yeah, okay. I didn't catch it, but I got it now. He has a move steal perk. You were on TT Dub for Revolution. I just listened to it. Oh, yeah, that was the one I didn't fucking stream. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, they'll probably be streaming and shit. Well, just don't worry, guys, okay? Just be happy with me, goddammit. You guys are making me feel unloved and unwanted now. No Bryan versus Dave tonight. No, it's all good. I got a cool guest coming on tomorrow, though, for a recorded pod. So make sure you guys check that out. It's just somebody that hasn't been introduced to the PWT universe yet. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, let's take a look at. Let's do some more headlines and shit. Are you ready for anarchy in the arena? Nope. Oh, my God. So they got Halliburton. Should we listen to Halliburton? Plinian for 5 says, get loved on, Punk. Fuck you. No, you fucked up. You fucked up. No. Oh, my God. Thank you, Plinian. Listen, I know you guys love me. Can flute shirts be made? I got all that coming, guys, okay? I got all that coming. Don't worry. Do not worry, okay? It's just in the process. And everything's going to be limited, and it's going to be very good quality because I'm picky about that shit. And we're probably, the way to do it is if I crowdfund it, that way I don't need to order a box of shit that sits in my house. It can just... everyone gets what they want. You know what I mean? And we just do it that way, and I'll just do exclusive drops. So everything's limited. Everything's, here's a window. You get this or you fucking don't, So, and then I'll make some shirts just with the logo that you can buy year round. I think that's the way to do it. How about Millennial Smark, bro? Listen, here's the thing with Devontae Rackley, Millennial Smark. If you guys go hound him to come on, we've talked. He said he's down in the future to come on. I love that dude. I love his vibe. I like his videos. I think that dude's a great dude. Just from the little I've seen of his interactions and comments and just listening to his videos. We're very similar. He can just go off on these like fucking ridiculous tangents and shit. We've talked. He's like, I'm down to come on a bit in the future. he's like, I don't think now's a good time. Da 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 da. And I was like, that's cool, bro. Like open door policy. But that was a long time ago, and it's just like I don't pester people. You know what I mean? But I told him I'm a fan of his. I got his back and shit when these sickos are coming after him in his YouTube comments. You know, I'm like, I got your back and shit, cuz, you know, and and I DM'd him that and shit, and we're all cool and everything. And I would love for him to come on. Absolutely any fucking time. That would be an amazing show to do. I'd love to talk to that dude. So yeah, go bombard his comments, I guess, and maybe he'll get annoyed enough to come on and cut a promo on me. That'd be awesome. So yeah, shout him out. Yeah. Got your back and shit, cuh. Let's do it. You already know. Yeah, you all just comment under shit. Go, yo, you and Phil, you and Phil, you and Phil, you know, you and PWT. I'm down with it. I'll send my Illuminati out there. We're watching everyone. Beat your whack. Yeah. Oh man, good shit, man. That's good shit. I'm logging all the shirt ideas. Yeah, 626. I got the shirt ideas, brother, too. That's the thing. I got them, but I just need someone to like bring them to life. Bring me to life. Wake me up inside. Mike Glass gifted 5 Pro Wrestle Clips. Hopefully fucking Bryan Alvarez got one of those. Mike Glass, thank you so much for allowing others to let the hate flow through them. There you go. You get one.
Be gone.
I don't have a good Sidious, bro. I'm sorry. I try. Here we go. They're running. I'm hyped for Saturday night's main event. I don't care what anybody says, dude. You're lying if this Jey Uso Logan Paul match isn't gonna have the crowd on the edge of their seat. Like, are they gonna put it on Logan? Are they gonna fuck around and put it on Logan for the Melties? You know.
Thanks, Cole. Well, speaking of that match, I am here with the ring general. Gunther, earlier tonight you said you didn't care who won between Logan Paul and defending World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso this Saturday. But
how about getting you on K100 or 83 weeks? Yeah, all you guys got to do is like spam people. Well, not spam them. Like, I don't want people to think you guys are fucking idiots, but you just need to ask them. Go under their shit and ask them and be like, hey, what's up? What's up? Here's the thing. Like, Hughesy's come on this show and said, yo, Phil, I want to get you like linked up with Disco and like we're planning on doing that. And he said it a while ago. He wasn't meaning to talk shit. It's just that like they don't give a fuck. Disco's busy. He runs a club and all this shit. Like, what is he? You know what I mean? He doesn't give a fuck about what I'm doing over here. But yeah, man, those are friends of the show. Like, sure, that'd be amazing. Same with Bischoff. He's quote tweeted me and shit, reacted to shit I've said about Meltzer. Or one time I was like, another win for the good guys. He quote tweeted it and shit. You guys just go under his posts and be like, yo, you should make fun of Dave Meltzer with this guy, Phil. Maybe he'd fucking do it. Maybe he doesn't care to. And that would be cool. Bischoff, that'd be amazing. Like, I mean, come on. A guy who ran WCW, that'd be insane to like talk to him. I would just love to like chat with that dude. And then, yeah, Disco and shit. I mean, that'd be awesome to do. I mean, I know they're fucking, yeah, it's all good. Just stay tuned. And we're only in year 2, guys. Or what year is this? A PWT year 3 now officially, 2-year anniversary. So this is like the first few months of year 3. We're still early. We're still climbing. Don't worry. That shit will happen. Mark my fucking words. Like, you will see me cross over with Disco and all the Conan and all that shit. And it's not like they're unaware. You guys got to know that too. It's not like they're unaware of what we're doing over here, okay, and what we're building over here. It's not like a lot of people aren't aware. So just stay fucking locked in. That's all you can do, and it'll happen. I promise. And just keep like supporting me and vocalizing your support. And tuning up to these live shows like you guys do. Fucking hundreds of people on Mondays. And as the show goes on, the viewership climbs too. Like, we're at above 300 people watching now across X and YouTube. Show started, we were at under 200. So I just appreciate you all, man, and keep throwing it out there. And yeah, it'll happen. It's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when, you know? The huge pops for mommy. Huge pops. Yeah, 626 this week is the time. Like, yes. You know, that's like, yes, this and next week. I sent a DM to you on Discord, brother. Or yeah, you saw it. We were chopping it up a bit. I didn't get back to you. I saw you message me back. I'll get back to it after the show or in the morning. But yeah, we're on it. Like I'm dead ass serious about getting it going like this week, next week, roll them out soon. Maybe roll them out this weekend or something. Maybe even, well, not like roll them out, but just the option of like, here's what we are going with or whatever. We'll figure it out. This is off-air topics we're talking about on air. Brady Mac for 5 says, if we study and learn, will the shirts be 30% off, Brian? Well, what's 30% off if we don't even know the price? Like I could just say any price and go 30% off, and then you just believe it, right? It's like starting a story and starting the book and saying 2 weeks ago, like in a book or something. And it's like, well, why isn't it just now? And then you say 2 weeks later, you know? Does that make sense? No? Thank you so much, though. But yes, always study, always learn, always eat Wagyu beef, Brian. Always study your cage match Solo Sikoa history. Lucy Moody's been a member for 7 months. God damn. Amazing. Thank you for your membership. Rhea Ripley's coming out. Sorry, I still have Sheamus pulled up. We have a women's Money in the Bank qualifier here going down. I was going to pull up some headlines, though. We had a little bit more miscellaneous news that I wanted to share with you guys. So let me play Bad News Barrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
So Giannis Antetokounmpo was asked, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? He said Eddie Guerrero. Here is Giga Chad Chris Van Vliet hitting a rock bottom at ACW Wisconsin. Now, we just covered on the show about how ACW's ripped off all these talents and has taken advantage of all these fucking people. We just covered it on Saturday's live show if you guys haven't seen it. Well, we have 2 clips from their fucking recent show where they got a bunch of big names on it. Here's Giga Chad Van Vliet planting this beta male through the fucking earth and the canvas with this mighty rock bottom from the gods. The Giga Chad slam, dude. The Giga slam right there. Let's fucking go. So he's getting his money, you know that. And then you scroll up here, and here's JBL and Hornswoggle doing this spot again. So they're just like doing a world tour of doing this fucking trash can spot. Psych, they flipped it on its ear. So you know that JBL and Swoggle got their dough, or else JBL was fucking dishing some dirty lariats out there. Brand new Duke. So ROW signed Duke. I guess Duke Hudson. I don't know if he's signed there or what, but he's just working there. And I forget his name, Duke Henderson or Duke some shit. But yeah, he's there. Duke Hansen. Sorry, it says it right there. So Duke Hansen, and he has a new theme made by Downstate, because that's what you do when you leave WWE. And he's there in ROW doing multiple dates and shit, thanking them. So good, because he was working there a bit, helping develop, and I don't know. Kairi Big return. So the next Wrestling Revolver event is the Jerry Lynn Invitational on August 9th. So go and check that out. Wrestling Revolver doing a lot of bigger houses and shit. Nikki Bella set the record straight regarding the news that came out recently on her divorce settlement. So you guys heard me talk about this a bit on the last PWT live show. Nikki Bella responds. And they're saying that she, we read over some of the stuff. I was like, this is fucking weird. Our noses are just all in there like child support business. Whatever. Just the headline is she gives him $3,500 a month and $200K in a lump sum or whatever. And Nikki Bella says, I hope you all read this because you all don't understand the law. Child support is about income per year. So whoever makes more, and depending on how much they make a year, they pay monthly. We have 50-50 custody. California state law on the $200K is because he didn't sign a prenup. So that's alimony. Has nothing to do with anything else except divorce. You'll need to educate yourself and stop assuming off of click hate headlines. But here's the thing, though, Nikki. What's anyone assuming? We know it's because of divorce, and we know it's because you made more money than him. That's what everybody assumed. People saying, oh, she lied about the domestic stuff. Well, listen. That's what the judge made it seem like and shit, and that's what everyone reported. So I don't know if there's idiots like, oh, it's because she lost whatever. Yeah, like, no, anybody with half a sense knows that you just made more money, and obviously you didn't sign a fucking prenup. And he didn't sign a prenup. What the fuck? God damn it. Mickey, marry some fucking tech guy with billions of dollars, okay? Like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, Brock Lesnar's daughter, Maya Lesnar, has claimed her 4th consecutive shot put title at Mountain West Conference Championships, Colorado State. Right? And here she is throwing a fucking shot put here. She's going to be an NIL for sure. Got all of her dad's genes, dude. She got all of her dad's genetics. Is fucking gonna be an NIL recruit. Should be, at least. And so Tegan Knox or Nixon Newell took on Danny Luna, and she decided she was gonna turn fucking heel, man.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Two surefire attack pro wrestling legends there. Oh! You've got to be kidding me.
I mean, I would argue she's well within her right, Sean. Again, I said the questions could be asked about the shortcuts.
Oh, what?
Oh, come on.
And a shining wizard to the back of the head of Danny Luna.
But this is probably an excessive reaction. Wow.
I think it's better that she's going heel on the indies and shit because there's more money in that. And that was miscellaneous news. There's more money in that for her because when you show up and put these people over, and that's why Natty sort of did it in NWA, like attacked people and sort of was more of a heel, even though Kenzie did jump her, but she was playing that like, I'm a dark, sadistic heel type. That works because then when you put people over, like the L's don't hurt you as much, I would say, because you're a fucking heel and you can like do dirty shit to win that way as well, to where it doesn't hurt the baby faces when you have to come in and beat them. So I just think that's a better move for someone like Tegan right now. And I'll start calling the action now that we're in commercial break. It's been a solid triple threat match. I've had my eye on it the whole time. DK Murphy 220 for 5 says it's all Caribbean wrestling that is getting bad reviews, not ACW Wisconsin, which Swoggle owns. Thank you for that correction. See, now there's a video I'm working on, guys. I'm doing some investigative shit. Okay? Real talk. And I had to start looking up these old feds and shit. right? And there's like this old Fed that existed. I can't wait for this video I'm working on. And there's another Fed with the same name now. Exact same name, totally different Fed. So thank you for clarifying that, because I wasn't sure. I was like, ACW, is this the same one ripping everyone off? My apologies, Swoggle, Dylan Postel, JBL, Van Vliet, all you guys. ACW Wisconsin, different than All Caribbean Wrestling that was ripping everyone off. So unfortunate that their ACW Wisconsin's going viral and then ACW is going viral for a bunch of wrestlers going fuck ACW, right? That's kind of fucked, man. And it's unfortunate, but there's so many Feds, and if you don't trademark the 3 letters, you know? So round of applause for that clarification. I'm pulling for Kairi. I got to be honest. Ripley's feeling herself, telling the crowd to suck it for chanting for Kairi. The doc carried Zoe out, so she really got fucked up, huh? Zoe got carried out then. Jesus. Yeah, because the ref's talking to them a shitload during commercial. How did she land? Does anybody have the landing? Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the situation here in Greenville, South Carolina is this. This triple threat match between Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and Zoe Stark is now a one-on-one match to qualify for the Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Zoe Stark, moments ago, tried to deliver that sniper pistol drop kick off the top rope. She landed awkwardly, and the fear is that she is re-injured a knee that...
Well, let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it here. Let me see. Can we share this? Boom. Here we go. You guys see this?
Zoe went for that missile.
She went for, yeah, and then her knee just went out. Yeah. Oh, look how it bent. Oh, chat. Look how it's bent. Oh, my God. Look how it's bent. Can you guys see? Here, let me fucking do this so you guys can see. Work with me here, PWT Universe. You guys see that? See how it's bent like that? Super unfortunate, man. I was going to say, do you think that's a work so that it's not obvious just Zoe's there to get the pin? And then now who gets the finish if Kairi's supposed to go over? Who gets the pin? Mommy eats a fucking pin? Crazy. This is why pro wrestling is one of the greatest sports in the world. I'm not happy anybody's getting injured, but I wouldn't be shocked if her career's done. And then just a nasty landing from Kairi there. Ladies, just take it home. Someone just roll someone up. It's going to have to end with like a roll up, which isn't going to be good for Kairi's return match if she's set to win. So they got to call this whole match on the fly now. And you have 2 brilliant wrestlers who are about to do that, but Zoe's not there to eat the pin. So what do? Now, I thought they worked the knee injury in there because I didn't see it till when I watched that clip there, and you see, because what I saw was her go down, and then you guys are like, they're carrying her out, and it's like, so this is I thought they were just doing the feigned knee injury. They do that like every match. Oh, I tweaked my knee, So that's actually fucked. And when you see it bent back like that, she's cooked. That might be her career right there. Spinning back fist.
Guys like Sheamus changes his career to catch Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins did it WrestleMania. Damian Priest as well.
running what did she call that? The sliding elbow or whatever the fuck. A sliding forearm. It's called like the midnight train or something, or is that like a double knee? I can't remember. Insane elbow, boots up from Rhea. Sky's just coming back. She did just have a hand injury though, so I'm not like terribly worried about like her taking some rough bumps or anything. It's not like Nia just dropping her on her neck and shit. You could hear her screaming, because the fucking whole crowd's so hot. I just if you go back and I'll go back and listen to it, and I'm sure I'll be able to hear the screams. But at the time, like I'm also doing a show, so I'm just talking, and I'm like, oh, feigned knee injury. They're going on screaming. I didn't hear any. I just thought it was this hot ass crowd. Nope, I guess she's screaming. That's so unfortunate. And then like what happens? She just gets cut or something because they rehab her injury, then cut her because God, man, very unfortunate. You don't want to hear it, yeah.
Did you expect this from Kairi Sane and put out the fight against Ripley? Looking to advance, what an opportunity this would be.
Okay, so there's the headbutt. Oh, is Rhea just going to go over? Yeah, okay. They just had to call it on the fly. Pretty shitty finish. Not going to lie. Crowd was there for it. I mean, I don't blame them. Look at what went down. And just a riptide, clean finish on Kairi for Kairi's debut return debut, whatever you want to call it. They didn't mean to do that, but they had to do that. Good for Kairi. I wouldn't say it hurt her, but that's kind of like, what the fuck? Clearly Zoe was supposed to take the pin from Mommy. And we got Roxanne, Alexa Bliss. Sorry, I'm just trying to see, is Kairi okay too? Now I'm worried about everyone. And we have Mommy. Yeah, she seems okay. Good. And then Mommy is in the ladder match, the Money in the Bank. So I wonder who else will be at it. If anybody eliminated will get shots again at it. Who knows? Jeepers. Jeepers. Okay. How many likes are we at over on the Clips channel? Guys, youtube.com/@prowrestletimes, youtube.com/@prowrestleclips, patreon.com/prowrestletimes. Go and support me, please and thank you everywhere. And people, 55% of y'all on the Clips channel thought that Damage Control would split up tonight. Nope, just a loss in a triple threat match for Kairi Sane. Pretty wild. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Chris Jericho.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spent our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Let me get wild. Yeah.
I look and see it's PWT. Rusev just cooking in this vignette, dude. He's gonna fight Akira again. Just sucks because this was Zoe's chance post PFC. Yeah, you're right, dude. They kept her for a reason. Yep. Lucy Moody, I gotta go. Sorry, I can't stay for Dave tonight. It's all good. Peace out. You take it easy and take care of yourself. Be good. Drink lots of water and shit, Lucy Moody. And here's the other thing. You'll catch it on the replay or you'll see a clip of it down the line, so you won't miss it. Now, someone told me, and I don't know if it's legit, but apparently Braun got like talked to or something about like, and this isn't like heat on him or anything, because people will, if Dirt Sheets heard this story, they'd be like, oh, there's heat on, reported heat on, but apparently Breaker was like, bro, you got to not potato the fucking top guys, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta fucking, we know you can spear like a motherfucker, but like, you gotta fucking slow down a little bit, you know? Because like these dudes, like, you can't fucking hurt Punk. Imagine you hurt Punk or something. Like, you just can't do it. But again, that could just be complete, I don't know. It's why I'm not a dirt sheet. I don't play those fucking games. There's no way of really knowing if that happened, right? Unless you're in the fucking room. And if there was a WWE writer telling me shit, I would go, there's a WWE writer telling me shit. And I would just be like, yeah, either don't tell me shit, because I'd tell them, don't tell me shit, because I'm just going to tell everybody. Here we go. The Boo Day are here to cut a promo. I love that. So Xavier Woods sticking with this haircut, the cornrows with the Jerry curl with the Razor Ramon. So clearly listens to PWT confirmed. Steiners are going to Steiner. Yeah, I mean, whether that's real or not, but it's just like, because after last week, he's working with Seth now and Jay and all the top guys are like, bro, you got to just don't hurt these guys, you know? God forbid. And like, I'm willing to believe that. Look how he fucking spears people into Obliviacree, you know? I could totally see Jey Uso being like, look, who's we got to fucking ease up on that shit a little bit. And I'm glad other people are starting to say, like, oh, is there heat on Chelsea Green? Because, motherfucker, I've heard that shit so many times. Like, no, bro. I think she's advancing to the next level, you know? And you got to lose to do that. Like, Jay had to lose the IC belt to get to the world belt, you know? I think that's what's going on with Chelsea. But I could be wrong. Who fucking knows? Yeah, so like they're just talking shit and like, your grandma ain't as good as ours. Our grandma cooked some good cookies and shit, you know. They're just trashing. Where are they again for this show? Forget.
A-Town down. They've been fighting for like a calendar year. So any day now, Grayson Waller's going to kick Austin Theory's head straight off the shoulders. Now, the Creed boys, however, they got some talent. I like those.
TWRP used a PWT tweet on their show yesterday. What's TWRP? Can you please tell me what that is? And good, cool. Let's go viral. Oh shit, let's do it. Maybe people start crediting me. Via Pro Wrestle Times, and I'm like, Breaker, I just met her. Oh shit. Technical Work Rate Productions. Nice, man. What is that? I'm so sorry if I'm unfamiliar. I'm unfamiliar. Send me a link or something. Woods' hair deserves an award. It's so good, dude. And I was like, he needs to keep that dude, because I know he'll change it up from time to time. Like, Woods will show up with a wild-ass dude. The next week is just, like, normal again. So I'm glad he's sticking with this, because it's so asshole-ish. And then you have the asshole Kofi beard. Oh, I'm not big-timing anybody. I'm just the worst at remembering names and fucking dates, man. I promise. Every show, I'm like, when's Double or Nothing again? When? Oh, dude, Roxanne. Oh, my God, Roxanne in the Judgment Day. Oh, my God, Roxanne's in the Judgment Day. Wow.
Sometimes in life, you got to be a hoe.
Wow.
You have me, JD, and Carlito all covering your back. But Raquel and Liv have no one.
Wow. And Dom's like, we should talk to Liv. Yeah. Oh, she's not a member, but we need a little help. I'm so down. I'm so down with this. Let's see what you got, Dom. Nuggies! Nuggies, dude. She's got chicken tendies, bruv. They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I love it.
We've been introduced. You've given us your presents. You can go now.
An apple gives Carlito a bag of apples. And now look at Dom eyeing up Roxanne. Look at him checking out Roxanne. Yo. Yes. Yo, there's a reason Judgment Day has been like the mainstay on Raw, this heel group, forever. And it's just ever changing. This could just be like a staple group forever with new members coming in and out. Look at how Dom is eyeing up Roxanne, dude. Checking her out. He hates to see her go, but he loves watching her leave. You know what I'm saying?
Are you sure about that?
God damn Roxanne. Dude, cook. Let them cook like some fucking tendies, dude. They don't call him Dirty Dom for nothing. Yeah, dude. Dom is a hoe. That's the fucking point, man. They're nuggies, not tendies. Listen. Nuggies are just tendies that are cut up and breaded more. Love this angle. Roxy and Liv it's gonna be so good. It's going to be so good. Look, he asked Dom, yeah. Rhea, what? Liv, what? His wife, what? Roxanne, what? Oh, shit, man. Woo! Yeah, Judgment Day's been great. It's been really great. That's how you book a long-term faction that people care about. Right? Rabid Wolverines, LC Killer 17 for 2 says, this episode of Raw has been great so far. It has been. It really has been. Now, that botch was unfortunate. One step back, you know, and this shit's flown by for me because it's main event Oos time, and then it's Dave Meltzer main event PWT time. Okay, so pretty crazy night tonight. Thank you, Rabid Wolverines, LC Killer. They've been the through line on Raw forever now. Exactly, Cash Monet. Tyranitar, now I want nuggets. That's why he's got a Wingstop deal. Literally. That's why that happened right there. Because now you're going to go look at DoorDash or whatever, skip the dishes, wherever you at, Uber Eats, and you're going to fucking Uber Eats some Wingstop boneless tendies or saucy nugs. You know what I'm saying? Wingstop, sponsor me. PWT. The people can't get enough of a yeet. Yeah, dude. Can I get a yeet for that?
Let me hear you say yeet.
Those tenders from Wingstop are bomb. Yeah, dude. Fucked around. We just sold the game right there, dude. New Taco Bell nuggets there, a taco place and a chicken place. Do you want to know why? It's because Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken, I want to say, are like owned by the same shit. So in some cities you go to, they'll have restaurants where you can go in and order. It's an attached Taco Bell with Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? And so now they just got smart and were like, oh, we should do chicken with the taco stuff, you know? I had a chicken nuggie. What was it, dude? It was a McDonald's poutine. You guys know what poutine is? I think you guys call them like there's a name for them. I think in like Pennsylvania there's a name for poutine, like disco fries or something like that. Right? And so Either way, a poutine is like gravy with cheese curds and fries. It's very Canadian. Okay, but I had a poutine, but it had like tortilla chips on it and sauce and like chicken nuggies in it, like cut up chicken in it from McDonald's. It was crazy. I saw it. I was like, I didn't even know they made shit like this. So I tried it. It's pretty good. Day one-ish. Chat. Mustard only on glizzies or no? Start that argument again? No. DEI taco is close to my heart. What is that? Biscuits and gravy? Yeah, that's what's up, dude. Pencil Tucky gravy fries. Yeah, those are called gravy fries with cheese, bro. We don't. Corn dogs okay too for mustard. Yeah, what my argument is dogs should only have mustard. You don't put ketchup on dogs, on glizzies, right? At least in my opinion, at least how I was cultured to it. It's like blasphemous, you know? Yeah. No ketchup. Yeah, relish, peppers, sour, all that shit's cool. You even do a little mushroom, you know? Some places they'll do like mayonnaise on them, like in some places in the I think like Chicago dogs, you know, they'll put like that's like a more of a Chicago thing. But yeah, man, it's all about the mustard with the glizzies. Here we go. Foodcast. Shrooms on dogs. Some people do that. I'm not saying I'm one of those guys, but some people will do like a you know, the Swiss cheese and shroom. They do that on burgers and dogs and everything, you know. Hot dogs plain too. Yeah, just a glizzy on a bun too. That's like the classic, right? What the fuck is a glizzy? I just say that's what the kids say. I don't know. It's like Big Boom AJ. We don't know what we're saying here. We're all fucking boomers just talking shit. And you're just a train of thought, and you're just a sick freak if you're putting mayonnaise on your hot dog. Hey, man, go to Illinois and say that. I think that's what they fucking do, man.
You what?
I've had it. I've done it. I'll do it time to time. It just depends. Oh, my God. Here we go now. Main event time. Yeet, yeet. Oh, punches in the corner. Here comes Breaker. I'm a boomer. What the fuck you I know, dude. I'm just talking shit. I have no idea. A glizzy is what people call hot dogs. Now, that is, I would say, in my gen, but I don't, maybe a little bit under my gen, right? No, we don't. That's a Cali thing. Okay, is that a Cali thing? People in Chicago don't put mayo on hot dogs. People from Minnesota, Minnesota. Why? Well, why don't you tell me why we put mayo on our... Well, I don't know. Why don't you tell me why there should only be mustard on glizzies? Oh, my God. Hot dogs were originally called Red Hots. Well, this crowd is red fucking hot. Big deletion dive, we'll call it, on YouTube. From Jay Uso to the outside as we head to commercial break with Breaker. I'm here to call the action and talk glizzies. See, dude, the glizzies gets the chat going. Like, everyone's like, no, fuck this, fuck that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. This happened last time, too. And I was like, no ketchup on dogs, homie. You do not do that. And it just, people were like fucking going nuts. It starts the convo every time. I'm telling you. That's like a fucking, take that shit to a party, dude. Take it in the bank. And cash that one as a fucking icebreaker. You put ketchup on your glizzy? I'm fucking stupid, guys. It's Monday. What can I tell you? Chili cheese dogs for life. Sonic the Hedgehog, are we? Hot dogs ain't big in the UK. Yeah, you guys chop up weenies and put them with... You chop up Frankenfurters and eat them with beans, cold beans. Right? Mayo on steak. Yeah, no thanks. So Braun's just on the outside taking his time. Heyman's talking shit to the ref. He's like, I'm 1 second ahead of you. So the ref is like 3, and then Heyman's like, I'm up to 4. And then the ref's like 5, and then Heyman's like, You're behind, buddy. Like Heyman's talking shit to the ref. Breaker's back in the ring now at like an 8 count. The ref looks pissed off. Breaker's laughing at Jay. No mayo with a steak and cheese? Yeah, absolutely, dude. You put some fucking... Or like some garlic aioli on that shit, you know? Corn dogs, yeah, those are cool too. I like those from time to time. Pause. In Seattle, it's onions and cream cheese on hot dogs. Wow. So, yeah, Jay's just teeing off on Breaker. Breaker's selling. He's in the corner. He's just eating chops and punches. Crowd's chanting yeet every time it happens.
I think Seth's going to find a reason to become champion, especially to play him and Paul have been operating, and obviously their hit dog from Breaker. Side headlock by the powerful Breaker. Explosive Breaker.
Jalapenos on everything. Yeah, I put jalapenos on fucking everything. Oh, taco talk now? You don't want to go there with me, bro. Just kidding. I fucking love... My wife makes the best fucking tacos. She makes like these baked bean tacos, man. Black bean tacos. Oh my fucking God. But yeah, tacos are like... That's where you play around, man. That's where you can do different... It just depends what you're working with. You know what I mean? And burritos are one step removed, right? But when you're doing tacos properly, it's like, depends. Are you putting fish in there? Are you putting fucking beef in there? What are you doing? I show speed about that. Yeah. Here we go. Breaker beating down. See, I think Breaker... This should be his Brock Lesnar run, right? So we got to see him like whip 2 dudes in a handicap match next week or something. It's hard because you have Rusev on this show too. 2 destroyers, man. Everywhere you go, I guess, in WWE, they got destroyers. Obafemi, then you got the Samoans on the other side. Taco Bell is dog food. Listen. Authentic Mexican food is like some of the best food in the world. Taco Bell's bomb though. I don't like, I know people are like, oh, I get the shits when that's never happened to me. I fucking love Taco Bell. I think it's awesome personally, even though like I definitely know the difference. Like I totally understand. Been to Mexico, definitely understand the difference between how inauthentic, you know, the fast food version of American fucking tacos are. Mexican food is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think most fast food is good if you just don't eat it all the time, you know? Oh my God. And a belly to belly where Jay, like, see, this is what we're talking about, Braun. Don't do this. Don't fucking drop Jey Uso on his head and neck. No, Jay's okay. He rolled out of it, but like that was sketchy right there. But I think that's more on Jay for not getting over, no? Like, was Braun supposed to power him over more? Braun's really fast. He is powerful too, but he's more of like he's not like powerful in the way, and yes, I know what I'm about to say. Like, yes, he'll gorilla press someone over his head. But he's not powerful in a way where, like, he's Beal tossing guys around and hitting them with, like, multiple power bombs with Brock and shit. He's, like, super explosive. So he'll like jump up fucking 6 feet in the air. He'll fly at you at 23 miles an hour, you know? He'll hurl his body and set a fucking long jump record coming down the ramp with a spear. Like, he'll do shit like that, but he won't like throw you and spin you in the air like a fucking pizza, you know? So when you're taking a belly to belly from him, you got to fucking throw yourself a little more than, let's say, if like Brock's tossing you, you know what I mean? That's the point I'm getting at. Brock will probably get a guy like Jey Uso, whether he wants to or not, he's going over, you know? Whereas Breaker, like, yeah, he's explosive, but you got to help him out a little there, you know? Jay's not like a small dude by any means either. Like, if you saw him walking down the street, it's not like you'd fuck with him, you know what I mean? Not that anybody should fuck with anybody, right? Peace and love here in the chats. You guys save your angst and anger for Dave Meltzer, Tony Khan, and me. Roast me in the chat. Okay. Jay going for a dive. Oh. Oh, just tossing him around, man. Just throwing fucking Jay around. There we go. See, this is what I mean. Like, Breaker will jump from the apron across the shit to the table, over the table, you know? That move was worse for Breaker than it was for Jay. Look at this shit. We go to commercial break. I'll call the action. Damn. What a beast, man. Yeah, we're going to get the Meltzer segment when Raw's done. You impatient sons of bitches. No, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in to the Dave Meltzer segment. Yes, we're going to talk about Meltzer and Alvarez melting down because Meltzer just fucking lies about shit and Alvarez is trying, you know? Reginald, what's the best ingredients for chili? My wife legitimately makes the best chili on planet Earth as well. With beans in it too. And I know some places are like, you don't put beans in it, but around these parts, around this neck of the woods over here, this road down here. Oh, you don't want to go down that road. Down this road, we put beans in our chili. So now they're back in the ring and Braun Breaker is doing the, you know, the Brock Lesnar shoulder tackles into the corner. Well, he does one of them. Here we go. We're going to get a Brana Kinrana, the Steiner, the Frankensteiner. Beans don't go on chili. Just ask any Texan. Yeah, see, that's a Texan thing, though. Like, nowhere else, everywhere else is down with beans. I swear to God. But that's cool, though, you know? Where did chili originate? Like, in Texas or what? I would love to. I never, like, looked into it or anything, but I couldn't even a picture. Like, you might as well, if you make chili with no beans, you might as well put that shit on pasta and call it fucking spaghetti or something. You know what I mean? Like, put that shit on. You got to at least put it on rice then, right? Like, there's no beans. You're at least putting it on white rice, right? Jesus Christ. Foodcast. Yeah, so they're both down. We're coming back from commercial break. 10 seconds left. And, yeah, both men are down here. Did chili legit come from Chile though? I don't know, dude. Like, you'd be surprised at fucking, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, this food didn't come from fucking wherever. I don't know. I didn't look into it. Boom, yeet, boo, yeet. Boo. Gum goes flying. Yeet. Boo. Oh, his grill came out of his mouth. He punched his top grill out. Yeet. Oh, and then Breaker with a flying fucking knee, man. The history of Chili's well documented. Yeah, I just never looked into it, bro. You know, I'll Google it one day. You know, I promise my wife knows. I just didn't. I just enjoy the shit. I didn't ask. You know. You just obviously haven't studied and learned the Wagyu beef business, the chili beef, the Venice. You get venison. Cook it with chili. Study Wagyu beef. Chili is a dish with roots in both Mexican and American culinary traditions, particularly Tex-Mex cuisine. While the dish itself is not a staple of traditional Mexican cuisine, its origins and many variations are closely tied to the region's history and cultural exchange. There you go. Oh, here we go. Breakensteiner, dude. And he's got his arm out like he's won. Hell yeah. Since Texans invented chili, they get to say what does and doesn't go in chili. No, absolutely. That's absolutely. If they say no, chili's not supposed to have beans, it ain't supposed to. But I'm still going to put fucking beans in it. You know what I mean? I'm still going to prefer mine with beans in it. But that is awesome. Thanks for looking that shit up. And yeah, I only know that too because my wife was like, "Oh, there's not supposed to be beans in chili, but I do. I put it in mine anyway." Like, you know, she explains to me her dishes and shit. The jumping sidekick. Okay, the crowd's all looking at something. There's someone coming out the crowd. There's something going on. Can you all see that? Or someone's getting kicked out for being a drunk idiot or something. Breaker needs to slow it down, though, for real. We were talking about that earlier. That was an awful kick. What does this dastardly Paul Heyman want? But, like, I doubt he has heat. I bet they just told him, like, look, with the top guys, you can't just murk them like you fucking, you know, like the way you murk people, dude. You can't do that. Heyman grabs the foot. God damn it, Heyman. Oh, there he is. Yeah. You had to know Seth Zesty Rollins. Zest Rollins was coming out. And now he's stomping out Jay. And, of course, Jay keeps the world title. Or if it was non-title, he doesn't lose. I thought that was Orange Cassidy. That'd be great. The crossover event of the year. So Sammy will hit the ring and then show will end with like Punk coming out or something. They're all chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. There it is. Oh, yeah, they're all singing the theme, dude. Over like Rover. They're just singing his theme while he runs in and fucking brawls. Let's go. Oh, yeah, getting us hyped for Saturday Night Main Event. Is Saturday Night Main Event a PLE? It's not a premium live event, is it? They don't consider it that, do they? Yeah. Imagine where AEW would be if they just had Punk and FTR do this with Kenny and the Bucks all over the arena. Right? And then build up to a War Games. They do a trios, they do a triple threat, they have a tag match, they have a one-on-one, then it builds up. Well, we're doing War Games to blow this thing off. You know what I mean? Imagine what they could have did with that shit, man. Fucking idiots. Oh, yeah, they're just brawling through the fucking arena, pal. And then fight off through the arena to end the show. Jey Uso's in the ring. Oh, and then there's Logan Paul with a one punch. Knocks him out to end the fucking show. Crazy. That son of a bitch. What a wild Raw. What a great ending to Raw. Geez, so let's think about this here. What just went down? A bunch of stuff. I mean, that was very AEW-ish to stuff everything in, but I wouldn't even say it's AEW-ish. It's just very like old school, like Attitude Era. Everybody's hitting the ring. Logan Paul knocks out Jay, so it keeps that as like a side story kind of going on, while all of these other world title stories are kind of going on and stuff. Or like people being tied in with yeah, that was like a 9 out of 10. Sorry, my wife's showing me something. I fucking get distracted. So anyways, yes, that was a tremendous Raw. Yeah, the ending there. So they're just keeping the Logan thing alive where he just shows up, one punch KOs Jay, and that's totally fine with me to get to that match where I'm assuming Jay makes it out with the title. No, or do they? I would love to see the fucking IWC meltdown if Logan ended up winning. But yeah, the whole Seth faction and then, you know, the baby faces having to team up, that's all good shit, pal. And maybe, just maybe, they try and help Logan. Well, no, they're in a tag match, so they will be too tied up to do that. So yeah, there you go, man. That Raw was awesome. It flew by for me. That was like a blink and you miss it. Fucking everything was so awesome. I hope Zoe Stark is okay. And yeah, that was amazing. A round of applause for WWE Raw. What a great episode. Crowd was hot from start to finish too. You know what I mean? I do want to see some flutes in the chat though, if you all don't mind. Please and thank you. Have a great night, all. Yeah, we're about to roast Dave before we get out of here this evening, so make sure you guys. He completely gets owned by. He keeps saying he's winning and AEW's winning, and then he completely gets owned by Bryan Alvarez. We're gonna get into it. Flutes in the chat. No way she's done for the year. Yeah, Zoe might be done her career, man. Not to be like shitty about it, but like, was that her other knee, or did she already fuck that knee up? Like, aren't both the knees braced? Like, God damn it. Good Raw. Must have hit his mouth on something getting to the ring. NBC, Peacock in the US, YouTube internationally. What are you talking about? Oh, the Saturday night's main event. Yeah, but is it considered a PLE? Do they consider a premium live event? Is what I. Oh, you mean she's fucked for sure? Yeah. I study the business, Brian. Just waiting for Omega to flip out on Logan Paul. Yeah, they were just coping. I dropped a clip today about like Will Ospreay and Kenny just fucking coping over Logan Paul. Not a PLE. Okay, thank you. So yeah, Flute's in the chat because I am going to play a flute, and we are going to talk about Dave Meltzer. And I'm going to chug some soda water first. So put Flutes in the chat while I drink. Okay. It's not a premium. It's not a PLE. Okay. It's just a TV special. Liquid Death. No, is that soda water? I've never had one of those. Is it just water or is it soda water? What is that stuff? All right. It is time for everybody's favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. So Dave Meltzer had this to say to I Am Alexandro on X. He said, first win this year. And Dave Meltzer said, the entire year has been a win for AEW. Right? And Neckbeards is like, the entire year has been a win for AEW. Low ratings, low attendance, all a win. Yeah, Dave is just fixated on this, like, well, they're making money, so therefore it's winning. But we've covered the Warner side of shit, the stuff he doesn't talk about because he doesn't even read Variety, let alone, So, fuck you, Dave. Moving along. Stuart Corbett says, Dynamite is a simulcast. A large amount of people are watching on Max. No. Nope. Raw's a simulcast. Why the fuck doesn't Dave talk? Why doesn't he talk about NXT is on Netflix in every country besides America as it airs live? Here's what those numbers are too on top of the NXT number. And why won't you, like, if you guys want to play that game, then how many more are watching NXT? Okay? You guys have to understand, when you're talking hundreds of thousands of people watching Dynamite on Max, so then it's beating LeBron James against the Mavericks and shit. Do you guys really believe that? Dallas versus the Lakers gets outdrawn by AEW on Max. Tell me if you really believe that. You don't believe that. And if you do, you're fucking insane or stupid or don't understand basketball or how, it just doesn't work that way. So when we're talking hundreds of thousands, maybe 20,000 or something are watching on Max. Okay. If they were like 50,000, I'd be like, all right, 75,000, something like that. If you get to the hundreds of thousands, nope, we're not beating LeBron James on Max. We're just not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not lying and saying that. You're not beating the NHL and shit on Max. You're just not doing that. So Dave Meltzer responds to this and goes, far closer to Raw than SmackDown. So Dave is sitting there trying to make believe that in any way you could even say AEW. Let's say they do get 1.2 million with Max. How is that far closer to Raw? Well, I mean, I guess that technically is, but he's trying to leave this illusion where people can go, oh, it's closer to Raw. Like the fact this is even in his mind. AEW is not even touching NXT some weeks if you factor in the Netflix as well. Okay. So it's just delusional. And I hate when he fucking does this because the sickos, just like when he's like 30%, and then they all are adding a fake 30% now. That's what all these accounts do. They add a fake 30% and then they go, the real number's this. No. And now far closer to Raw. I mean, it's 2.9 million. And they're doing 1 point whatever million with Max. No, it's not far close. Like it's way far closer to NXT, Dave, because you don't talk about the Netflix numbers for NXT. You just talk about what they do on TV, and they still whoop AEW. So again, Dave just winning here. These are victories in his mind, right? So Meltzer said what? Pulls himself from 2019. And Meltzer said, what says, Dynamite Dave used to mock and ridicule anyone who said, almost everyone I know cut the cord. So Dave is one of these. Well, everyone cut the cord now, Bryan. But now that he has fake HBO Max numbers to push to benefit AEW, suddenly his personal anecdotal evidence of his friend's habits is a data point to use, right? Now, in 2019, Meltzer said what? Chronicled how Dave, well, this was deleted, I guess, but Dave said, do they have the latest Nielsen boxes in Mexico? What about cord cutting? What about my friend who watches an illegal stream? We need to get to the bottom of this. So in 2019, Meltzer said what? Is calling Dave out for, ridiculing people who say that cords are cut. People are cutting cords and shit, okay? Now, Tim Hicks says this. Fast forward, we're in 2025 now, right? Tim Hicks says, what's way up in your opinion, Dave? I know there are probably wrestling fans who are cord cutters who have Max and see there's wrestling there and watch. Same for Netflix, I assume. So there's at least that. But basically, he's like, what is way up? And that's the problem. The show started with 1.2 million watching. So they all cut cords, and then before Max, they weren't watching. But then now that there's Max, they just all of a sudden all started watching again. That's literally what Dave is trying to have people believe. Just follow the logic. Anyone who's like, oh, no, you just hate Dave and shit. No, follow that logic. Try to. So, like, Dave is insinuating now, almost everyone I know, plus there are 35 million homes who didn't even have access to TNT and TBS in the first place, who now have access to the show. But almost everyone I know is a cord cutter. You got to read this full post here. Of course, this is a screen grab from Meltzer said what, but like everyone he knows watches on Max is what Dave is trying to say, basically. Everyone he knows goes to Max and streams and shit. And it's just this anecdotal bullshit where he thinks, like, again, this 30%, as we covered it here. It's hard for me to do this without going back all the time, but it's like he ran these polls to his ex-audience and was like, oh, about 30% of them said that they view on Max. So it's about 30%. That's where he came up with that. No, brother. No, that's not how it works, man. Okay? You're in a fucking bubble. You block it, everybody. Period. So your bubble of fucking nerds doesn't indicate a 30% anything, man. It's fucking craziness. But anyways, this 35 million homes, it's just cope. This isn't winning. Dave is like, this is winning. It's not. Okay. So Meltzer said what? Again, post some fucking heat, and he's laughing at AEW being cut off the transmission, their transmission being cut off, right? And so he posts the Mr. Burns thing. We covered this, a 90-minute episode of Collision this week. Apparently they were cut off for Black Adam. We've already covered this. And TNT is playing Black Adam. This feels like a political hit. JJ Williams just having fun. He's doing his thing. He doesn't really like WWE, but he doesn't hate on it or anything. And then Meltzer said, what says Meltzer on Monday? Record number of viewers for Saturday's AEW Collision on Max. No numbers are available at this time. And he called it, bro, and Dave's not saying record numbers, but again, Dave can make anything up because the fucking numbers are skewed. But yeah, Observer, they go, AEW Collision ends early on East Coast due to technical issues, but it ended early on the West Coast as well. And then the Observer goes on to say, this story has been updated as both TNT feeds did not air the last 30 minutes of this week's Collision. Right? And then similar to the East Coast feed, TNT's West Coast feed started airing Black Adam a half hour early, cutting off the last 30 minutes of Collision. Shortly before 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, Tony Khan apologized again on social media for the mishap, saying it was due to ongoing transmission issues and the show would go up on Max ASAP. Right? Has to get in there. Tony Khan's apologizing and shit. Super funny just to see their cope. So now Dave Meltzer tweets this out. We've still, actually, Bryan, we've still got no update on when, if the last 30 or so minutes of Collision will air on Max. Who's getting the update, Dave? You? I'm waiting for my text from Tony Khan. Holy shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, I don't know who was watching. Like someone said Yuta was in the last 30 minutes or something. I don't know who was even going to stick around for that. But Dave Meltzer also talks about they will be doing a WWE show there. I don't know the date yet, but I know they're planning a big show with Cody Rhodes as the top star on that show, which means a major show there relatively so. He's just talking about the Mexico stuff. We're going to get into the fight right here. So Meltzer said what, tweets this out. He's like, hey, Dynamite Dave, after being completely embarrassed on air by your superior co-host Bryan Alvarez, here's the wins and losses don't matter in WWE starter pack for you to study. Right? So these are guys who've taken L's and haven't been hurt. Meltzer said what goes, how's the studying coming along, Professor Dave? Tagging him, dude. He sent me these two. He fucking sent me everything. He's been loving this meltdown from Dusty Dave, right? So Meltzer is Solo Sikoa being booked well. All right. And we're going to hear Dave just lie through his fucking teeth about this stuff. And so going into this, just so you guys understand what's going on here, Dave's argument is that WWE protects Solo because he faced Roman in a big match on the debut Raw on Netflix in January, completely ignoring the fact he said Solo would face Roman at Mania. So do y'all remember that too? Like Dave said that Roman and Solo was locked in. And he was also wrong about saying John Cena versus whoever at Crown Jewel, and it was Solo versus Cena. So he's been so wrong about Solo just in general. And then, or Solo has continued losing since then, and that he wasn't even on the Mania card, right? And so Meltzer says the top two matches for Mania 41 will probably be The Rock versus Cody Rhodes and Roman versus Solo. Never happen. And then, Meltzer said, what? Not one human being on Earth except Dynamite Dave believed Roman versus Solo was going to be at Mania. Super funny there. An epic thread. And then, I just want to see. So that adds context. I just want to make sure we get all the context. So he's pulling cage match. And he's like, dude, study Solo's matches here. Clearly, you don't study the business, Dave. And this is what's so hilarious when he gets called out for not studying the business, when he tells everybody to study the fucking business. So Meltzer said, Dynamite Dave had a complete meltdown on Alvarez again because he still has Vince derangement syndrome in the year 2025 and claimed wins and losses don't matter in WWE, as Bryan tried to explain to him the WWE protects top stars in booking. Dave then said, I study this. So without further ado, let's get into the goddamn clips. I know that's what you guys are here for. Okay, and I'm going to play. So I hope I added all the context. I know that was a little all over the place, but it's just good because sometimes it's hard to understand what the fuck Dave's even talking about. So it's good to like kind of know going in what his positions are. And like Meltzer said, what breaks it down better than anybody in the game. So let's start. We have like 4 clips to get to here. This should be good shit, pal. Let me just see and make sure. So we talked about that. I just want to clear this up. Okay. And then we got a juicy clip for Wednesday's show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is Dusty Dave having a Meltzer meltdown with Tryin' Bryan. And let's give Bryan his due. Let's give him a fucking Tryin' Bryan here from the soundboard for doing his best. And let's get into this thing.
By the way, you mentioned Solo Sikoa being protected. You do realize the last time he's won a match on TV was...
But he's never wrestles on TV.
December.
Well, he never wrestles on TV. Instantly cuts him off. Well, he never wrestles on TV, Bryan.
He wrestles on TV, but he's being protected.
He wrestles on pay-per-view, and...
He hasn't wrestled hardly at all.
He has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's wrestled 11 TV.
Well, Dave, if you just studied the business and learned about Wagyu beef and Taylor Swift, you'd know that Bryan wasn't lying, Bryan. Oh, but the best guy's Tony Khan. How dare he have 11? I study the business. Well, if you studied and learned the business, the best guy's Tony Khan. fucking owned him, counting. And as he's getting higher, 8, 9, Dave's like, Bryan.
9. He's wrestled 11 TV matches, and he's won 0 until this past match.
Well, there you go. Then they're trying to get him ready for. They're trying to get him ready for.
Well, there you go then, Bryan. What I said was complete bullshit. And instead of saying, "Oh, I just fucked up," it's like, Bryan. Well, I study the business. Actually, it's like, the best guys, Tony Khan. Like, bro, how the fuck? I lose myself sometimes when I start doing it. Listen. How does he just, well, there you go. They're getting him ready for someone. Well, there you go. What? You just said they're protecting him. He's eaten like a billion losses that were just pointed out. And then you tried to say he doesn't wrestle on TV, and he's wrestled 11 times on TV. And you're just fucking lying and coping.
For Jacob.
He's got no credibility, dude. He always loses. Always. He's always beaten.
Oh, he's getting ready for Jacob.
You know that wins and losses mean nothing in WWE.
No, they do mean something. That's why Jacob Fatu has never been beaten. They've never beaten the guy.
And that's why they're feuding the two of them. They're feuding the two of them. So
I know. I'm wondering why they're feuding them. Like, give Solo something.
Well, they are. I guess they're going to start to do that now. But the point is,
well, they are. They're going to start doing that now with Jacob. Yeah, but what Bryan's trying to say is that they shouldn't do that when you have one guy who's never lost and one guy who's never won. You know what I mean? He's like, maybe we shouldn't go here now. Maybe you build up Solo a bit more before going to that. Dave's such a fucking putz.
Is like the way that they book title match, they have people lose 10, 15 times in a row, and they'll give them a title match.
Yeah, for geeks.
Oh my God. When's the last time? Someone point me the last time. So Dave is projecting now. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. When's the last time WWE had someone have 10 or 15 losses then get a title match? And then show me AEW the last time Emi Sakura got a fucking title match. And then tell me what company's doing that, Dave. You project and do this thing where like what Alvarez did is he just looked up what the facts were about Solo, and you don't do that, and you just think people won't do that. They'll just read your bullshit and fucking believe it. You can just look up what company's giving people title matches after 10, 15 losses, okay? And what Bryan's trying to tell you, or what I'm trying to tell you right now, is Emi Sakura, boom. And the next thing, Bryan's trying to tell you that, well, let's just have this gentleman tell you and sing it.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Bryan's just trying to point out that you're coping to like make this non-point. Now, Chad is pointing out the Creed brothers are getting a title shot after having a shitload of losses. Good pull. That's the one right there. I guess we could point to, right? But Dave Meltzer says they will have people who have 10 to 15 losses get title shots all the time. Name another one after the Creeds. Who? Like maybe Zelina Vega? Maybe. Right? Anyways, let's move along.
But for the top guys, they don't beat them. There's a reason that Jacob Fatu has never been beaten.
Well, yeah, because they're super protecting Jacob.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, no, they're not protecting him. They're super protecting him. They're super wrestlers, Bryan. Well, Bryan, you know that they're super wrestlers and they're super matches. And you knew, like, Pac and Ospreay were like, yep, this is going to be a super match. Dave always, well, yeah. I mean, you're right, because they super protected him, Bryan. Fuck, dude.
So Solo is the guy who's going to feud with him for next. But they don't care. They don't
fucking know, dude.
care.
Well,
They don't care. They don't care.
should. If you want people to care about it, they didn't care about that.
Guys, see, this is why you're both fucking idiots. And even Bryan, I can't stand this because, Bryan, this is how you refute this dumb argument. Solo's lost all the time, Dave, so you're fucking wrong about that. You just talked a bunch of shit and we're wrong. And Bryan always does that. This is why I say trying, but he never gets a pass with me fully because he pressures Dave, but then he backs out by like finding common ground with him where they can fucking just agree on something obvious. It's like just so he can like cop out of really having the discussion of like, well, okay, Dave, you just lied and took an L. Speaking of losses, you just made that shit up and look stupid. And then it comes to what he just said here. So here, let me just play this back.
If you want people to care about it, they didn't care about that ladder match.
Here's the thing. If you want people to care about it, no, dude, we care about bloodline shit because we're invested in bloodline shit. You know what I mean? Like, we care about these guys settling this score between them, you know? And yes, they're giving Solo some last minute wins, for sure. And you could be critical of that, which is what Bryan's doing, right? But just when they say shit like, well, they should do this if they want people to care. And it's like, well, no, man, you got to understand when it comes to the bloodline stuff, the family shit usurps everything else, right? The loyalty, blood's thicker than water, guys. It's the old saying, right? Like, it's the family stuff that usurps everything else in their focus. So that's been a common theme throughout the whole story, the whole time. So at the end of the day, I would just say, no, we don't need that to be invested in this, but Bryan is right, though, at the same time, as far as like, well, what he should be saying is what I'm saying to Dave, is explaining it that way.
And they didn't care about Solo winning, except they were mad because they didn't have Phoenix or like two guys who can do ladder matches.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be mad because Solo's a fucking heel and Ray can still get into the ladder match. They can just do here's a wild card, last minute, 3 competitors who all lost. They get the wild card chance in this last triple threat or battle royal, all the losers, you know, and the last guy gets a slot or whatever the fuck, you know, they can still get Ray in there. If I had to predict, he'd be in that fucking match. Or actually, no, pardon me, I'm wrong about that. The AAA show is that day, so Phoenix can't be on that match. He's got to do the AAA show. Not saying he couldn't do a double header, but yeah, he can't do it because that AAA thing.
And they didn't care about Solo winning, except they were mad because they didn't have Phoenix or like two guys who can do ladder matches.
But the point, how many times? I mean, they've taught the fans that wins and losses don't matter. The fans don't care about wins.
What about all these new fans who are getting into it? The fans don't care. Listen how he said that. The fans don't, they trained these fans like they're dumb dogs who don't. That's the other thing. He says that so negatively. Like, no, you're supposed to train fans. That's part of like programming. It's called programming for a fucking reason, right? Things come on a certain time for a reason. You want to train people. Oh, if I turn on, you know, Monday night, Raw's going to be on. Yes, that's part of it. So he says this in this negative way, but he says he studies the TV business, but he doesn't even know how like that terminology is not like a bad thing, you know, it's not a negative thing. But the thing is he's like, well, let's bring it back and just listen again. Let me hear that.
They've taught how many times?
They've taught
I mean, they've taught the fans that wins and losses don't matter. The fans don't care.
No, fans do care about wins and losses. Dave, you're a dummy. If you didn't block every WWE fan who doesn't lick Tony Khan's balls on X, you'd see what WWE fans say. They care a lot about wins and losses. Go ask that one dude melting down about Jey Uso every 2 minutes. I can't remember his Twitter handle. Shout him out, though. He's all good. The one dude. You guys know who I'm talking about. He's always got the fucking Gunther profile pic. He's always melting down about Jey Uso on X. Wins and losses do matter to fans. And there's also a bunch of new fans who are getting into it. And that's the thing with WWE, right? The ebbs and flows and their ability to keep an audience for all these years, Dave, they create new fans. This is what Bryan was bitching about a week ago. WWE knows how to make new fans, and they lose fans, and then they build new ones, and they're in this white hot period right now. You don't think a bunch of people like when 5 or 6 or 7 years ago who maybe weren't that into wrestling are super into it now. Those aren't new fans that are a part of these sellouts everywhere. They've trained all of them. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, they do care, Dave. You don't care. And you're talking about AEW because AEW, people come out with records that say, oh, her overall AEW record is 51 and 157 losses. And then they get a title match after winning a random triple threat and then and 15 losses. And then that's when literally Emi Sakura comes out of records like 51 and 75 or whatever. Lifetime AEW record. She wins one triple threat, gets a title shot in a fatal 4-way or whatever, you know. It's like, no, man, you got to apply this where it applies, not to WWE, because they avoid that, you know. Now the Creed brothers, okay, that's a good pull, and I've been critical of just the tag booking in general over there, but Dave won't even bring that up. He's just speaking in general. This is what WWE does. I just disagree. We can't even get through this first clip
about wins and losses. I mean, it's obvious. You've seen how many times that they'll put a match that in theory shouldn't draw because one of the guys always loses, and it does draw. So it's like, I've been studying this. The fans, it's not a big...
I've been studying this. Dave, you just were wrong about Solo. So what were you studying? Not Solo, but this all started because of Solo. I've been studying this, Bryan. I've been studying this. Julia Gulia, I need that one.
Oh, it's like, I've been studying this. The fans, it's not a big deal to the fans. Yes, they will protect a few guys like Solo.
Yeah, important
I mean, not
guys.
Solo, but like Jacob.
I mean, not Solo, but you just said they were protecting Solo. That's what Bryan came at you for. That's how this discussion started. So now you're admitting not that, but now you're obfuscating. You're jumping to something else, moving the goalposts and having this other conversation where you can go, oh, I'm kind of right about this. That still doesn't make you not wrong, and just dumb pea-brain motherfuckers think Dave's cooking, you know?
But Solo's a guy who they obviously feel that they can beat, but they still treat him like he's a top guy. I mean, he gets plenty of promo time. The key in WWE is your promo. I mean, he gets plenty of promo time. The key in WWE is your promo time.
I know, but people don't care about Solo. He actually doesn't get a very good reaction. Jacob gets a great reaction because they can see he's special.
Yeah.
Because he never loses. And he's always the guy that has to save Solo.
But they push Solo, but Solo gets lots of TV time and he gets a push.
He needs to start getting some wins. Or this ain't going to be much of a feud.
Well, he's going to lose the feud, so it doesn't matter.
Oh my God, Dave. This all started because Bryan said, you said they don't protect Solo. And then Bryan just like reeled it back into him saying, well, listen, they got to get him wins. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't protect him. Okay? And Dave's just like, well, he's on TV a bunch and cuts a lot of promos. So are they protecting Grayson Waller, Dave? Because so does he. He loses every fucking match. So is that, is that the same? Is he being protected then by your definition? But he won't just be like, well, yeah, I was wrong about that. And you're right about that. Now Bryan's just all defeated and has to be like, well, they need to get him wins. And then Dave's like, well, it doesn't matter if they get him wins because he's losing the feud. Okay, but you said that they protected him. And then even when Bryan was like, he wrestles a bunch, you tried to say that he didn't wrestle a bunch on TV. And he he hardly wrestles. And he just pointed out 11 losses in a row. Fucking craziness,
but
man.
But the point is, especially for heels, they beat heels all the time. And so, they beat heels all the time.
Yeah, it's a wrestling show. Everyone loses they beat baby faces all the time, too. It's a fucking wrestling show. Puts on 3 shows a week and fucking pay-per-views and special Saturday night main events and shit. Of course.
They don't care. I mean, it's like, that's just part of the deal. I mean,
they don't care what, though? Like, they don't care that, like, what's not there and what's not working. Like everybody's bought into it. The story is an ass. I agree with Bryan. They should get Solo some more wins again. Jacobs completely usurped him with hype, and then they bring Jeff Cobb in. And Solo was a guy where I was like, damn, man, he might be a future world champion. He could be the one to beat Roman and shit one day. And now he's sort of forced to take the back seat. Okay. So I agree with Bryan there as far as they should be getting him more wins, which is, I guess, what they're doing. But, like, what's the issue is what I don't understand. Like, people are bought and sold. They want to see Jacob beat Solo and move on, I think. Move on to Jeff Cobb and other folks. So what's, like, the issue here? They don't care. Well, they don't care about what? Like, that they just sold a bunch of fucking tickets in the UK. They're selling out everywhere. Ratings are great. Merch sales are through the roof. Everything is going really great for them. So, like, I just don't even really understand what these two guys are even really, like, what is the issue? Dave's, like, taking Bryan's issue with the wins, which is a valid, like, creative thing. But again, in my opinion, with the bloodline, it's the family shit comes first, you know? That'd be my argument. None of these chuckleheads will fucking bring that up. But, and then Dave's just trying to spin it to, like, some other thing that it has nothing to do with. The super spin. It's a super spin, Phil.
And it's, this is not anything new. This has been the case in WWE for decades. They do not, when they book, they're not booking long term who he's going to win and he's going to get it.
What? Oh my! Oh my!
You what?
Oh my God! What did he just say?
The best
man?
guys, Tony Khan.
That they're not booking long term.
This is not anything new. This has been the case in WWE for decades. They do not, when they book, they're not booking long term who he's going to win and he's going to get a title shot.
Oh my!
They'll just do whatever they want. Doesn't.
Oh my God! Oh my God! He has Vince derangement syndrome, man. He has Fed derangement syndrome,
Liar!
dude.
Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
Oh my God, bro. They just do whatever they want. Rip scripts up on the fly. Change the matches. The boys just call it in the ring, Bryan. What is he trying to say? If there's never been more evidence of WWE's long-term booking, look at what's been going on in WWE the last few years, man. I know Vince would change shit on the fly, but even Vince was going with the long-term Roman thing and some of these other stories, right? With the Fiend and that for a while. Yes, he was changing shit on the fly, but like Triple H isn't doing that. That's like a huge thing that all the talents say. Like, we have direction. We know what we're doing. Clearly, they had Zelina getting that title when they moved her to SmackDown from the LWO. Clearly, that's why they moved her there, because they knew they're going to give her a shot with the belt, right? Maybe they don't know week to week exactly how they're going to get there. You got to leave a little bit of shit open, card subject to change a little bit, right? Because it's the live TV business and it's pro wrestling. You got to call some shit on the fly, folks. But how dare Dave say some shit like this? Oh, they don't have long term. They just do whatever. Why, Dave? Because you were wrong about the matches for last Mania and they clearly knew what they were doing and you just, or the Mania before. It's clearly, right? We just went over it. It's clearly the Rock and Roman or whatever. Completely wrong. Is it because you're fantasy mark booking? Meanwhile, Tony Khan is literally the guy who goes, there's no such thing as long-term booking, who apparently is off in the weeds and he's changing shit on the fly. They don't have production meetings. He meets with every group of people separately. He doesn't believe in long-term booking. He's the guy who Samoa Joe and Hobbs win the trios belt, and now this week on Dynamite, Hobbs and Samoa Joe, even though there's like 4 or 5 people in the Ops faction, are teaming up with Swerve in a trios match. So 2 of the 3 trios champions are in a trios match with Swerve. Right? Like, that's the sort of shit that feels very on the fly and week to week and do whatever you want. Tony Khan calling a match with the Bucks and Moxley, who've invaded AEW, branding it as a all-star trios match. Why would he do that? They're invading your company. Like, that seems very on the fly, do whatever you want, mark bullshit. Dave just said, and we're going to play it one more time, WWE doesn't long-term book. What a dumb prick.
They do not, when they book, they're not booking long-term who he's going to win and he's going to get a title shot. They'll just do whatever they want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't care. And then
doesn't care.
When it comes to, we got to get somebody ready for a title shot. This guy's lost a bunch of.
Whoa, holy shit. Oh my God. He's literally projecting. He spiraled. We did it. We fucking did it, dude. We broke Dave Meltzer. Holy shit, he's broken. We broke him. Holy shit, we broke him. Oh my God. So Tony Khan doesn't book Emi Sakura, who's got 20 losses, to just show up randomly at a show and do exactly what I described. Win a triple threat match, then get a shot at the title. So that doesn't happen in AEW. That's what WWE does. Bro, he's...
Are you sure about that?
Dude, he's cooked. He's fried. We did it. We fucking round of applause. It's officially done. We cooked them. We cooked them.
Stupid idiot.
It's and it's not about like, making it about AEW, but how is this what he identifies with WWE, especially in recent years? Instead of like, why has he never called this exact precise criticism out about AEW? Dave Meltzer's fucking sitting here saying that just everyone gets losses and they don't long-term book and none of it matters. And just last second when they go, we need to get someone ready. So they didn't bring the Righteous in and have them break people's ankles with wood blocks and hammers and win the ROH titles and then go on this crazy heel run for like 1 month to get ready so MJF could beat them both at All In, and then they just didn't disappear in AEW. Are you sure this isn't a fucking Tony Khan thing that you are now projecting? And I don't even know, did Vince do that? Jesus Christ. I think the kid who won the 24/7 title had some fucking wins under his belt even. You know what I mean? Who is this happening with that he's saying this? This is delusional. And the no long-term booking thing is just asinine. I don't even know. Like, we were just talking about how the Judgment Day has been the through line of Raw for years. You don't achieve that without having a clear long-term vision. Boy.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't care. And then when it comes to, we got to get somebody ready for a title shot. This guy's lost a bunch of matches. We'll put him in a 4-way, and he wins the 4-way, and he gets the title match.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. They just did that with Mina Shirakawa. They just did that.
All those losses.
AEW we're talking about. Right? And so what I am highlighting here, he is projecting. This is full blown. He's watching AEW and then projecting Tony Khan shit onto WWE.
Don't matter, and the people accept it. If the people didn't accept it and it didn't work, they'd stop doing it. And I'm not, it's like, of course it's better if you make wins. I think it sucks that wins and losses don't matter, but they don't. They don't book like, and this is a perfect example.
Gunther's lost like 3 times. Let's hear Dave's perfect example.
They're building this guy up for a feud with Jacob. Jacob is a top guy. They protect Jacob. I know, but
no, man. Solo is like a top guy. He went a whole year without loot where he main evented every Raw, every SmackDown, murdered John Cena, beat everybody. Pretty sure he pinned Roman, right? In that tag match or whatever the fuck. They had Solo do everything, destroy everybody, walk through everyone. Then he went on a massive losing streak. Jacob rises up. It's part of the story because Jacob is like, what the fuck? Who are you? And Solo has to still rely on other people. So they're building him up. No, he fucking stole another win, bro. It's not like he got this clean, devastating win and squashed motherfuckers. He just got a TV match, little fucky schmozzy win, if I'm not mistaken, right? With Jeff Cobb and all the bullshit that goes on surrounding all of that. And so we'll see if that continues. But ultimately, it's Jacob versus Solo because of it's more of a power struggle than anything else. And because of it, Jacob will want that fight. Right? And so when champions want to fight, They can get the fight that they want, and that happens in real fighting too. That happens in MMA. George St. Pierre wanted Nick Diaz. He's like, listen, I know he's coming off a loss, but that's who I want to fucking fight, you know? This shit can happen. So Dave he doesn't study the business, and this is fucking insanity, dude. Solo was like a devastator. Okay? So I just don't know what he's coping over.
They're building this guy up for a feud with Jacob.
He's talking like they're building him up. No, like he was already built up, right? And they haven't made him look like a complete chump. And he hasn't entirely fallen off. Like when you see Solo, it's still a threat. He's still a top guy player. And Brian's like, well, he needs more wins. Like he should be. Dave, you were trying to say they protect him and shit. And now you're saying it doesn't matter. Guys can have 1 billion wins because you're just skirting away from the fact you were wrong about the protected thing. Now you're arguing like, well, he's unprotected and WWE doesn't give a fuck. They'll just throw him in there and their sloppy fans will eat it up. But right before you tried to make the argument that he was protected, like that's what you argued before that Brian called you out on, which means all this shit you're spitting right now would not actually even apply in your psyche. And you're just making it up right now as you go to try and like diminish or undermine what Brian was calling you out for before, to try and be right about something else. It's super fucked up and gross and weird. I couldn't be friends with a motherfucker like this. Personally, I feel really bad for Brian sometimes, but you need to call him out on this shit a little harder because this is like fucked up what he's doing. And also, he's just blatantly fucking wrong. He's projecting this AEW shit. I just don't understand. Like maybe in the tag division, I'll give you that. Random people just like win a match. We're doing a tag turmoil, whatever the fuck. But typically, man, like, I mean, Gunther's lost to like nobody. How many times has Jey Uso lost lately? I get it. Some people get 50-50 booked, and I complain about it too. And that's more of an NXT thing now, I think. But I don't know, man. How many L's did Cody Rhodes take or like anybody else? This is an instance where it works because Jacob's on a streak and Solo's fallen off, and that lends to their story. So if they were doing this with like everybody, okay, you'd have a point, but this is just a non-point here.
Jacob is a top guy. They protect Jacob.
I know, but Jacob is a top guy, Dave, because he never loses.
No, he's a top guy.
He's always the guy who gets the win. He's always the guy that protects Solo.
And he's super over.
I know, and if he lost all the time, it would be different.
Yeah, but
they're protecting him, and they protect their top guys. And my point is, they don't protect Solo.
To a degree. Oh, but they give him all kinds of interview time.
I know, but people...
So now interview time is protecting him, Dave. Like he's rest holds. He's just making shit up now.
I don't care about him. It doesn't matter if he's got promo time.
And Brian's wrong here too, but I wish I could interject in their convo and be like, well, wait, Brian, you're not looking at like the story here of what's going on between these two. You know what I mean?
They're chanting for everybody except him. They don't care about Solo.
Well,
which that is true. They fucking switched to Jacob real quick.
You say that.
And the feud that he
okay,
had.
so here's the thing. So wait a minute. So by saying that, you're saying that they're booking badly and that the feud will not.
He's saying they need to get Solo more wins. It doesn't mean it's bad just because they're not getting him more wins. There's still a good story element there. Jeff Cobb is there. The way Jacob's selling it and cutting promos and shit is amazing. And yeah, JC Mateo, he looked good in his debut. So it's like, no, man, it doesn't mean like Dave, you can't extrapolate one criticism and go, so you're saying it's bad and it's shitty and it's terrible. No. And this is the problem, too, with a lot of the fucking sickos. And this is Dave's mentality. He just exposed himself and all the sickos right here. This is the problem. They think that when you criticize one aspect of something, it means you hate and it's shit and it's trash and fuck it. No. When I tweet out, fuck this company, this is trash, that's when I mean that, Dave. But when you point something out, it doesn't mean everything about it is bad. In fact, a lot of times, when you point something out, it's because it can only be better. It's good and you see something better in it. All I'm saying is this. Dave is extrapolating, and this is the mentality of the sickos. He's extrapolating one aspect. Solo needs more wins. So you're saying the booking's bad, the show's trash, and this feud is shit. No, Dave, you want to go to that extreme because you're being defensive because you just were made to look stupid like 2 or 3 times in a row there.
By saying that, you're saying that they're booking badly and that the feud will not work.
I'm saying they're booking Solo bad.
And that the feud won't work. And that the feud, why doesn't the feud work? No, I wish I could just go in there and be like, no, dude, like the losses and Jacob's on a tear, Solo's falled off. Fuck, man, these guys are dumb as shit. Truly, I believe, like, and I know people are like, no, Bryan is, I don't know, man. I think he's PWG'd out in the brain, honest to God.
You're saying that they're booking badly and that the feud will not work.
I'm saying they're booking Solo badly, yes.
Okay, if the feud doesn't work, then that's fine. But what if the people react to the feud?
They are reacting to it. Oh my God. What if the people react to the feud? Dave, are you watching the feud? The feud is happening in real time on the TV show. They're reacting to it. You just said how they're reacting to Jacob. The feud is Jacob Solo. Thus, they're reacting to the fucking feud. What is going on here? People give this man money. I am fucking at a loss for words, dude.
But Dave, I've already seen it with Solo. Like, he had a feud with Cody, and nobody...
And all the feud is Jacob has to fucking win, or else he gets fucked over and all the heat goes on Solo and Mateo because they fuck him out of the title. It's just one of the two, man. Like, it's already worked because we care about Jacob and what happens to him. So what's the worst that happens? Jacob gets fucked out of the belt and everyone boos Solo? That's a win. Or they cheer Solo more and Jacob more and he defends his belt. That's a win. That's where it already worked. You get it, Dave? Like, when people are worked into the building, it already worked. It's a work. You're getting worked, you fucking Mark. Fuck. He's so stupid.
Cared about Solo. He had the feud with Roman, and people didn't care about Roman. Yeah, it's going to do business because Cody is in there, and Roman was in there.
Listen to him. He can't even let Bryan say a fucking word. Let him finish what he's saying.
Then there you go.
But you could have put anyone in there.
Then there you go.
In there. And Roman was in there.
Well, then there you go.
But you could have put anyone in there. It wasn't Solo.
But it did business. I mean, it did business. So that's all that counts at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, I agree with Dave there because Bryan's just making shitty arguments now. He let Dave fluster him into this. Now we're arguing semantical bullshit. You know what I mean?
Does it work? If it doesn't, if it works, it worked. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work.
Oh my God. So Daniel Garcia, Dave, is that working? Adam Cole, is that working? What's working? How do you define working? If it worked with the crowd, 5 stars.
Gotta stop.
So Raw, every match was 5 stars tonight.
Doing it. But when it works, the fact that they do this and it works, it's like, okay, that's what the fans think. If it didn't
do what? Dave, fuck, I just can't like the fact that they do this. The fact that they do what? Tell a story where one guy's falling off and the other's on top, and the one who's falling off is trying to bully and boss man around the other dude because he brought him into the company and shit. Like, tell a good story, Dave. Is that what they're doing? Jesus.
Work. I'd go, hey, guess what? This doesn't work. You gotta do this. But these feuds worked. So there's your answer.
What feuds? It's one feud. You're talking about Solo and Jacob. And Dave always does this. He speaks universally, or he does like a blanket statement when it's just one particular thing. These feuds. Name another one.
It's like, believe me, there have been times in history where what you're saying was 100% accurate and the stuff wouldn't draw and it wouldn't work. This is not that time.
Okay, so AEW's not drawing. The TV show isn't drawing. The crowds, they're selling 1,000. They can't even sell 1,100 tickets for fucking some of these dynamites. So it's not working. None of it's working. See, Dave just flips around. To him, he's like, well, if the live crowd loved it, it worked. Now he's like, well, it's selling out and it's drawing, so it's working. Oh, so Will Ospreay's not working. Got it, Dave. Nice.
Because all of those feuds worked.
I don't even think the match for the Ula Fala worked. The fans didn't care about the match all that much. And of course, it was
okay, Bryan. Fucking Bryan. Oh my God. Now we got to give Bryan a fucking Bryan here. Jesus Christ.
Bryan.
He got sucked into the Meltzer fucking stupidity conversation now.
on a big Raw show with a bunch of other big matches.
It was
Roman Reigns working on television.
Dave, shut up.
And it was
But it should have been a way, way bigger deal than it was.
What are you talking about? That was
Ula Fala after all that time.
That was okay. I'm not saying that was the reason, but that's the biggest Raw that they've had in years. And I'm not saying.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't because of that.
No, it was partially because of that. That wasn't the main reason at all. The main reason was Dwayne and John Cena and everybody being on the show.
Yes.
But the point is,
Dwayne, there is more than meets the eye. Yeah, they did the Ula Fala match on Netflix, right? So the Ula Fala match, it could have meant more. I don't know, dude. I think in the history books it says that was the match on Netflix, on the first Raw on Netflix that changed pro wrestling history and live streaming viewing on Netflix history. Because much like WWE and pro wrestling always has been, it's the test. Hey, well, these pay-per-views work monthly and it's the test. You use WWE. They go live weekly. So, hey, can Netflix stream weekly live shit? Oh, we can? Oh, we can work out the kinks with WWE? Awesome. And they're a proven draw, proven commodity? Great. So, yeah, these guys are cooked, man. Now they're arguing about the Ula Fala match because they both went down this stupid, dumb vortex of dumb fuckery and they can't pull themselves out of it. It's fucking hilarious to listen to.
the crowd was on fire, though. So there you go. The crowd was super into that match. So it worked. And they've been doing the promos for it. They spent months building it up. And that was the big blow-up. They put it on a big show. The show did fantastic.
Okay. So, Dave, this doesn't mean that you weren't wrong about Solo. Shut the fuck up.
And, again, not
because of that match.
But it was partially because of that match. That was a key match on the show. It was not, no. I mean, of course it wasn't because of that match that they did a $4 million gate. No. But it was part of the show and it worked on the show.
Okay.
They spent months building it up. And that was the big blow-up. They put it on a big show. The show did fantastic. Biggest gate. And, again, not
because of that match.
But it was partially because of that match. That was a key match on the show. It was not, no. I mean, of course it wasn't because of that match that they did a $4 million gate. No. But it was part of the show and it worked on the show. I mean, it was a big match that night. It was a big match on the show.
No shit. We fucking know. We gotta. What does this have to do with Jacob and Solo? You fucking idiots. Jesus Christ, man. They're both just arguing to be right. They're not arguing to learn and go, oh shit, maybe I was wrong about that. Or to, because they have some sort of view that they think they need to get out there that,
idiot.
They're just arguing, trying to be right about what the Ula Fala match now. Yeah, we all know why. It was the Netflix debut and it was a big fucking deal, bro. We all understand that. That was a long time ago. Now we're headed into Money in the Bank, you dumb motherfucker.
It wasn't like you sat there and it was some match that was a nothing happening match on the show. I mean, it was a major promoted match on the show.
We know, yeah, we know. It was part of the reason people were there, sure.
So it worked, And I mean, the whole Ula Fala thing worked. I mean, it was silly, but it worked. They spent months on it, and they got it over.
Anyway,
really wasn't that silly. I don't think. Yeah, I really dislike when they do that because it's a cultural thing too. So it's we're not going to get all sensitive and virtue signal here, but it's no, it wasn't that silly. It was the Ula Fala was a huge part of and has been a huge part of the history of this whole Roman reign that was the biggest since we've seen since Hulk Hogan or whatever. So I really just fucking dislike how it was silly. Not really, man. The head of the table was what they got this hot streak in WWE. That's how they built it, man.
So Tour of the Islands finish, which they called the Tour of the
And
Islands.
then they go back to Jeff Cobb. What the fuck? They get to the Ula Fala. How did they get here from talking about Jeff Cobb and Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. They're they're in the middle of reviewing that fucking JC Mateo match. And then all of a sudden they start arguing about Solo. That ending's so funny. They get lost down the weeds, down the vortex. They're back on the first Netflix Raw talking about the Ula Fala that no one's seen or even talked about in how fucking long. And then all of a sudden, fucking, oh, so the finish was a tour of the islands. So they were reviewing the fucking Jeff Cobb match, and they go down that fucking vortex. You two are chuckle fucks. You're cute as hell. I love you. I'd kiss you if I saw you. Maybe not Dave. With consent, of course. And I'll tell you all about my flute. Pause. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dave Meltzer and Brian. Can we get a Brian in chat? Jesus Christ. That was Dave Meltzer's dumbest. I think that was his dumbest moment when he said WWE doesn't long-term book. I think that might have been where he broke right there. And he's officially defeated. That was Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here. Julia Gulia, please get me that they don't long-term book and that I study this, please, for the soundboard. Those are spectacular. I'm in chat. Mike Glass gifted 5 Pro Wrestle Clips memberships. Thank you, brother. I wanted to stay locked in. You're the GOAT. We'll give you a GOAT for tonight for gifting all those memberships, and I had to stay locked in for the Meltzer stuff. You know what I mean? Once it's flowing, bro, it starts flowing. Thank you, Mike Glass, my guy. Undoubtedly the dumbest thing. I think that was the dumbest shit he's ever fucking said. Julia, please, I need WWE doesn't long-term book, and I study this. Okay, amazing. Round of applause. Thank you for being here tonight, guys. If you're on X, come on over to YouTube. YouTube.com/@ProWrestleTimes, @ProWrestleClips. I'm over on Patreon. I got a lot of content coming, podcasts in the works, appearances. I'll be streaming Wednesday, loads of hot news and everything. And I also will have Saturday and Sunday streams for you guys. So stay locked into PWT, man. Appreciate you all. Tell a friend. Take care of each other. Hydrate. Be good. We got a big weekend ahead of us. And until next time, I will see you all in the Upside Down. We broke Dave. We did it. Peace.
Hey, it's Becca, bitch. I'm a demon shit. Face card, $1 million. Chase you down, cops and robbers. You've been dodging me, I think that's really odd. You're a demon, bitch, I'm a god. One punch and I knocked you out. One punch and you're on the ground. Knock the guard right out of your mouth. Give them something to talk about. One kick and you're on the ground. One kick and I knocked you out. Try to keep up, kid. I'm the queen of this shit, and you're just mid. Your outfit, really mid. You're an NPC, I'm that main bitch. I'll take you shopping, get those toenails did, cause you're flopping. I'll fix your style, fix your hair, fix your stinky feet. You'll look a little bit better when you're getting your ass beat. I'm so Mother Teresa, I keep it vague like my name is Lisa. The scariest thing about you is those nasty feet getting near this beautiful face. Honey, you can kick me all you want. I'm gonna get right back up and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Exactly. One punch and I knock you out. One punch and you're on the ground. Knock the guard right out of your mouth. Give them something to talk about. One kick and you're on the ground. One kick and I knock you out. Try to keep up, kid. I'm the king of this shit, and you're just mid. I'm the king of this shit, and you're just mid. I'm the queen of this shit, and you're just mid.
pop star. I'ma pop bad ones if you wanna ride. Hot Bugatti fame on, I ain't gotta try. Pack it up and move on, Hunter on the rise. Loading up a bow gun. You can see me in the streets with my rays on. I'd be like, dating ain't for me, but he's handsome. How do you see a couple guys at the same time? I've been trying to figure out the name of my star sign. I feel it in the beat like, wow. Do you wanna hang out? No. You can catch me at the basement show. Like a Malo when I say so. So I'm a pop star. I'm a pop bad ones if you wanna ride. Hot Bugatti fame on, I ain't gotta try. Pack it up and move on, Hunter on the rise. Loading up a bow gun, I don't play guitar. Music on my PC, hands above the bars. Good to be alive, 300 in the bag. Never trust no one, now be on the rise. Fire like napalm. You can watch